Okay, check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check, 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 check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check, 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 check. Not very loud. I wonder why that is. Back in here. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. Okay, that's probably why. Let's not drive it though. Let's turn it up here. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 3. Sounds pretty good. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check.
I can't electric control. I go for search. Go out again.
Check, 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 check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. All right. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. All right, all right, all right. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Let's get to the radio station.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
Welcome to another night of Vern. One of the things we can say is that you're not 100% coming into tonight, which you certainly would like to be going. Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We're glad to have you along with us this evening as we get ready for what should be a fun matchup coming up here tonight between Grand Forks Red River and Dickinson. And we're glad to have you along with us here this evening for it as we make our way towards 6 o'clock here tonight. And for those of you that are just joining us online here this evening, thank you for joining us on KNOX Live Sports as well. First game situations that come up leave us with some problems to fix out there. So we definitely have some issues going on right now when it comes down to our web stream capabilities. But we're here with you. We're going to bring you the game coming up tonight. And for those of you that are with us on the radio side of things, well, you might not have noticed a whole lot so far yet, but we're definitely going to have some interesting things to bring you here in our pregame report. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and kind of give you a restart of what we have going on here tonight of our coverage from Cushman Field. Again, we've had basically to kind of get you behind the scenes a little bit, we had a computer fail twice on us here today because it got too hot for its power supply. And so that set us back a little bit when it comes down to what it is that we had going on with our coverage of football that we had for you tonight. And we had to kind of make up for some lost time here, but I think we've got it covered. So without further ado, let's take you to the regular game open that we had for you tonight for Grand Forks Red River. Welcome to another night of high school sports on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports along with KNOX Radio this evening. I'm Ryan Cunningham, pleased to be with you tonight from Cushman Field, where it's time to kick off the 2024 high school football season for Grand Forks Red River. The Rough Riders are a top 5 pick this year in the state after making their way to a tough playoff loss at overtime last year against the Jamestown Blue Jays, and they're looking to build on that success from a year ago. Some very talented offensive athletes on this team that'll be led, of course, by the returning Pierce Parks, along with Thomas Kraft and Cam Clefstead, who have come a long way as those skilled players that Red River's going to depend on to move the football. Standing in their way tonight, the Dickinson Midgets. It's been a great rivalry between these two teams of the last few years in the AA level, and we're looking forward to what should be a very physical battle tonight coming up here at Cushman Field, and we're glad you joined us for it tonight here on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, brought to you by Rivards Turf and 4-H, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. Check out all of their special ICs at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts, trailer service, trailer sales in East Grand Forks on Highway 2 East. A lot to come in our pregame report. We'll talk with Vern Muir, the head coach of Grand Forks Red River, to find out what he expects out of his team coming up this year and what he expects to happen tonight. Also, what he wants to see happen coming up tonight against the Dickinson Midgets. We'll take a look through the tools that we're going to have in this matchup with our game fuel, and we'll also dive into those preseason polls with our drive for the title. And starting lineups and kickoffs scheduled for 6 o'clock tonight here at Cushman Field. Promises to be a great matchup tonight. Red River, Dickinson to kick off the high school football season on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and on News Radio 1310 KNOX.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and 4-H of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel. If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Well, once again, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Cushman Field here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. It's our coverage of high school football tonight. Grand Forks, Red River, and Dickinson set to do battle for the first game of our regular season tonight here on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports, also KNOX Radio tonight. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening, and after a bit of a false start, I'd say that we're off and running. Red River's at home, Dickinson, of course, on the road. This is the way that the regular season came to an end last year. The beginning of this season starts this way this year, and we're glad to have it for you coming up with our pregame report underway here this evening. Our pregame report is brought to you this evening by True North Equipment and by Signature Graphics and Apparel. True North Equipment, they do for you what our John Deere dealers do for you in our area. True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you. Visit any of those 4 True North Equipment outlets in our area at any time. And Signature Graphics and Apparel, we craft your vision. You watch it come to life. Signature Graphics and Apparel does some great custom work with even vinyl printing, along with some of the etching that they're doing to go along with the screen printing. And, of course, the embroidery that they have for you. Signature Graphics and Apparel located in East Grand Forks. And, again, when you're looking for those custom types of things, see what you can find with Signature Graphics and Apparel. Well, tonight we've got a warm one, and the heat has already gotten to some of our equipment, as we mentioned earlier today. I apologize for that, but nonetheless, I think we've got things relatively under control here. And tonight, the heat will be a factor. They'll probably take some breaks when it comes down to water. It's the one hot weekend that we're probably going to have as far as football goes. And week 0 is an interesting challenge. One of the reasons why Red River's playing this home game early is because they're going to have a conflict at the end of the year with a state soccer tournament. And so they had to kind of find a different week to play. Usually week 0 isn't an opportunity that you really want to get out there. You'd like to have the extra week, but it was this, or try to cram something in at the Alara Center or something like that. Now, Grand Forks Central went the other direction. They're going to play in the Alara Center coming up later this year when the state soccer tournament is going on here at Cushman Field. So we'll see how that works out for the Knights coming up at that point. So what's on the line as we get into this evening? Let's take a look at Drive for the Title. Drive for the Title is brought to you tonight by Toys for Trucks. They are your car, truck, and Jeep accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. And what we found out when the poll came out this week is that we are treated to number 4 versus number 5 in North Dakota right off the bat. But as you can see, if you're watching on KNOX Live Sports tonight, the first place votes were very much undecided out there. There were 2 teams that didn't make the top 5 that got first place mentions in this opening poll this season. Fargo South with 7 of 10 first place votes. By the way, the records that are in the right-hand column, for those of you looking at the screen, nobody's played yet as of yet. That's old data. I apologize for that. We didn't have a chance to reconstitute that one when we had our power failures tonight. South with 7 of 12 first place votes, the number 1 spot in the poll. Jamestown is number 2 with 3 of those first place votes. Central, Red River going 3 and 4. Dickinson number 5. And so tonight we have Red River and Dickinson here at Cushman Field in a 4-5 matchup to get things started. But West Fargo Horace got a first place vote and didn't make the poll. And then new to the level is Bismarck St. Mary's, who comes in here next week to take on Red River. They got a first place vote as well, but didn't make the poll. Devils Lake, Valley City, each got got mentions, we should say, in that poll. Really standout athlete and Oliver Worth over at Devils Lake. That will be fun to watch play coming up later on this year. But yeah, one of the wild cards in the division is the team that rolls into Grand Forks next week as part of a doubleheader. That'll be a 4 o'clock game coming up on Friday afternoon when St. Mary's comes to town. They've been playing at the AAA level for a while. They're now back down at the 2A level after being allowed to move back to the 2A level. They got moved up due to success points. Now they're back at the 2A level, and they'll obviously be a factor in this one getting going. Teams that are around us that are playing, and also some teams that are in the AA level that are playing tonight. The other game that involves a AA team, Devils Lake and Central Cass. Now, the reason why they're playing that one, Central Cass will be a AA team next year. We'll talk more about that a bit later. And the games with teams around us tonight, Lisbon's at Park River. Langdon area Edmore Munich will play at Oaks tonight. North Prairie, the number 1 ranked 9-man team, will host Larimore. Cavalier back at the 9-man level goes to Nelson County tonight. And Mayport CG plays at Wymer Lidgerwood. And that is Drive for the Title, and it's presented tonight by Toys for Trucks. More on the way. Vern Muir joins us next, the head coach of the Red River Rough Riders. We'll get our pregame conversation with the head coach of the Rough Riders. That is on the way in a couple of moments. And kickoff scheduled for 6 o'clock tonight. Should be a fun one. Red River Dickinson, number 4 versus number 5 in North Dakota. We have it for you tonight at the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and KNOX Radio.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school football tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports from Cushman Field tonight. It's Grand Forks Red River taking on Dickinson this evening, 4 versus 5 in the state. And we bring it to you courtesy of our premier sports partners, Grand Trailer Sales, all things trailer, trailer parts, trailer sales, trailer service in East Grand Forks on Highway 2. And Rivards Turf and Forage, they are a custom premium seed dealer. Find all of their specialized seeds at rivards.com. Before we move further and take a look at our game fuel, which will be presented by Circle K tonight, let's get into our coaches conversation. Vern Muir, the head coach of the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, joining us for our pregame conversation. And this starts with one of the premier linemen, J.B. Walters, not playing tonight due to illness and a couple of other injuries. So we began talking about the Riders not being 100%.
Vern, one of the things we can say is that you're not 100% coming into tonight, which you certainly would like to be going into game number 1, but going to miss a lineman, maybe a couple of other bumps and bruises out there. So some challenges right away out of the gate tonight.
Yeah, when you kind of lose the guy that, is kind of a leader of our team and all that, and he's not going to be able to be out in the field, that stuff happens. But we'll get him back, and if this is all that he misses this year, we will be more than ecstatic. And so with the other guys have, we found out about this a while ago, so the other guys have gotten all the reps and everything. So it's the first game for everybody tonight, and our guys are ready. They've been ready since this summer. We have a lot of returning guys, so they've just been chomping at the bit. And I know Dickinson comes in there a little bit greener, I guess, for lack of a better term, in a lot of their spots. So, but first game jitters and all that, so I don't know if it'll be the cleanest game we'll watch tonight. But I know just on the experience factor, our kids going out there, we have a lot of guys that played a lot of football for us last year. So besides, first game jitters, senior year, that I think, our guys will hopefully get into the flow of the game a little bit easier than maybe the guys that's their first varsity game tonight for the Dickinson Midgets.
What's interesting is that a lot of those guys that you talked about, we certainly know, guys like Pierce Parks and Tom Kraft and Cam Clefstead. But tell us a little bit about something that you might have found out about your team that maybe we don't know as much about as we may think we do coming into 2024.
Yeah, well, another guy that's in that group is Ray Dusek, and he's kind of he does not as flashy. He didn't play a whole lot of offense last year. And we're going to try to get him a little bit more involved on that side of the ball. But he's another guy that's a heart and soul of our team. I think he's had a beard since he's been in second grade, and he's just a really good kid, just goes about his business, doesn't say a whole lot. He's been a leader by example for us since he's been a sophomore pretty much, and he's one of our group leaders that we have our team broken up into. And so played really well on defense for us last year, really hoping he can just kind of keep carrying the load, and our guys, they thrive off what he does, and he's not a rah-rah guy. He just goes out there and plays, and it gets the other guys, going, that he's just a guy that goes about his business and does that. So that's another guy that's probably, we're trying to get him in the limelight a little bit more than maybe he wants to get himself. But other than that, we got some questions to answer. We don't know who our receivers really are. Kind of like last year, we had Zach Elke, who we felt pretty good about, but we didn't know who was after him. And Hayden Hong kind of took over that role in the first couple games. So we're kind of looking at, Carter Flom's returning. He caught some balls last year for us. And everybody else, they were JV guys, or we got a guy that rejoined us. He didn't play at all last year. So there's a lot of room there for some people to get chances. And we got a sophomore that's in that mix too, in Max Manassa. So and we're not going to have an answer most likely tonight, but at least we can maybe narrow the field and the focus on, who's going to be at receiver for. So that's probably the really biggest question I think we have going in tonight is, what is that receiver core going to look like going into week 2?
And you like to run the football, Vern. You like to start there every year. Dickinson's going to have a very good linebacker back. That was first team All-State. They've got a second team returner at defensive end that you have to obviously be aware of. So this is a team that could gum you up a little bit in the running game. That'll present some challenges right away for you tonight.
Yeah, and we finished our regular season with these guys last year, so they're relatively fresh. Our kids remember playing against them, and we're familiar with some of the personnel they have coming back. And then, like I said, we have some new faces. So we were able to take a look at their scrimmage film, and I'd say that their coach would probably agree their skill guys are maybe a little bit ahead of their linemen right now, just because they have 3 really young guys They're stepping in on the O-line and probably filling in on the D-line too. So they're going to have to rely on their veteran players, and our guys know that they were a playoff team last year, and they got the host. I'm pretty sure they had West Fargo Horace out there, and they went to overtime in that game. And we knew playing them last year, they were a tough opponent, so I don't think we're taking them lightly at all. It's just we're going to try to keep the focus on ourselves in this first game and try to limit as many errors as possible. And, of course, the big thing is take care of the football.
Vern Meir joining us, the head coach of the Grand Forks Red River Rough Rider football team here tonight for our pregame report. Our pregame show brought to you this evening by True North Equipment and by Signature Graphics and Apparel. True North Equipment, true to your values, driven by you. And Signature Graphics and Apparel, we craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Let's take a look at our game fuel that we have tonight, which is presented by Circle K, brand new location on South Washington Street in Grand Forks. You need to stop by and take a look at the inside of that store and the outside as well. And they're open 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You can see those fueling pieces for Grand Forks Red River. We know about Pierce Parks, what he can do. He simply is the man when he's got the football in his hands, on his feet, or throwing the football. He's an all-state first-teamer from a year ago that comes back for his third year playing quarterback for Grand Forks Red River. J.B. Walters, a very sought-after offensive lineman, will not play tonight due to illness, hopefully back for week 3 of the season. Thomas Kraft and Cam Clefstead are two men that you see there on your screen that are both highly talked about in Red River circles as having taken a jump from last year to this year, and they're very excited about what they can do. A couple of players for Dickinson that will really stand out tonight. Tristan Stallsworth returns as a first-team linebacker from a year ago in the all-state level. He's going to be the fullback tonight for Dickinson as well. He's definitely a man to watch out for. And then Isaac Schulte, a tight end / defensive end. He's an all-state returning second-teamer for the Midgets that will obviously be a man to handle tonight. And with those two playing defensive end and linebacker, they're going to be very good at trying to stop the running game of Red River. That'll take us up to our next break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our keys for the game. We've got our starting lineups and kickoff just moments away, so stay with us as we continue with our coverage of high school football. Red River Dickinson tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and News Radio 1310 KNOX.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck. Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're pausing for our national anthem, so we will do the same here as well as we are ready for the national anthem. We were expecting announcements at this time. Apologies. We're pausing for the national anthem. We will come back in a couple of moments and continue with our coverage of Red River football next.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
All right, we should just about have the first game stuff out of the way here. Welcome back to our coverage of Red River Rough Rider football tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports, and also on News Radio 1310 KNOX. We're about to get ready with our starting lineups that we'll have for you here this evening. We seem to be missing our cameraman tonight as well, so we've had all kinds of issues that have come up here this evening, and looks like we've got him back now. Looks like we're ready to go. Okay, we've got that going on for us. Like I said, today, I don't know if it was the heat in the box or what it was. We had some equipment issues that we had to work through. We got that taken care of, and so we're hopeful now that we're going to be able to bring you the game unabated. We'll get to our starting lineups here in a couple of moments. Our pregame report has been brought to you tonight by True North Equipment. You can find them online. You can find them throughout the region. True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life. Grand Forks Red River is going to kick the football to get this one started here this evening. So the Rough Riders will be kicking. And we'll see Dickinson getting the football and moving from hour left to right to get started. This is a pooch angled kick to the near side of the football field, and it's picked up for Dickinson at the 28-yard line. Set up for near side return by Trevor Tolliver. Tolliver gets taken down back behind the 30 after trying to reverse his field. Great play on that one coming in from Grand Forks Red Rivers. Jack Helgeson on special teams. And Dickinson will take over back at around, it looks like officially their own 31-yard line to get this one started tonight. Let's run through our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. And our starters tonight are brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. FransonBank.com. We'll get those going coming up here in a couple of moments. It's 1st and 10 for Dickinson. They'll have the football at their own 31. Nate Stevenson under center with an eye set backfield behind him. Stevenson the snap, play action, wants to throw. Steps into a throw looking down the field. He's got a wide receiver, Dylan Glasser, open, and he overshot his mark up the field at around the Red River 35. Starting lineup tonight for Dickinson offensively, their starters, left tackle is Devin Height, left guard Isaac Lowry, the center is Braden Barnhart. The right guard is Cale Thompson. The right tackle is Kelton Berg. Skilled positions tonight, the wide receivers are Colby Fasthorse and Dylan Glasser. The tight end is Isaac Schulte. The running back is Braden Meschke. The fullback is Tristan Stallworth. And Nathan Stevenson is the quarterback, who will bring his team back to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down and 10 after an incompletion on 1st down, looking to stretch the field. And now we have a substitution violation that's been called against Dickinson that's going to back up the Midgets 5 yards on top of that. So an inauspicious start, you could say, for the Midgets at this point, as they'll lose 5 yards after overshooting a receiver. Glasser had a step on that last play and came up just empty. We're going to take a look at the starting lineup for the Red River Rough Rider defense here coming up in a couple of moments, so stay with us for that. It's 2nd down and 15 now after the mark-off. Back to the 26. Stevenson out of the shotgun looking to run jet sweep, and this is snuffed out by the Rough Rider defense almost immediately back behind the line of scrimmage. In there, Cam Klufstead to lead the charge. Had some support coming in from Thomas Kraft, and we expect both of those guys to be a big part of it. Reed Krogstead coming up with part of that stop as well. Starting defensive unit for Grand Forks Red River. The starting ends are Xander Wayne and Jake Foss. The nose guard is Ryan Ward. The linebackers are Cam Klufstead, Ray Dusick, and Reed Krogstead. The 3 safeties are Thomas Kraft, Aiden Wadlow, and Logan Bierking. And the corners are Caden Mackey and Carter Flom. Here's 3rd down and 19 for Dickinson. Back at around their own 21, just ahead of their 21. And now a whistle and a flag is down. This time we'll see a substitution violation against Grand Forks Red River that will give back part of what was lost on the previous play. That was just behind the 22. And we'll see a stoppage in play here, as this one's going to bring it back up to around the 26 at this point. So here comes a 3rd down and 14 for Dickinson. And they'll have the football at their own 27-yard line after losing 4 yards on that jet sweep a moment ago. Out of the shotgun is Stevenson. He steps up, hit in the backfield, looks to run his own number. Got to the 31, head down, is down to the 33. Well short of what's necessary for a 1st down. Stopped right in the hole and attack. Great open field tackle coming from Cam Klufstead and company in that mix. And that's going to force a midget punt on their first series of the game. And our starting lineups tonight brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. You can find them again at FransonBank.com. So on 4th down and 8, the Midgets will punt the football for the first time tonight. Riders send a deep man back to the 26-yard line. Kick is away. Low wobbler going to take a pro Dickinson roll to 45, inside the 40, down to the Red River 35, and this will be touched up at around the 34-yard line. And that's when this one will roll dead with the clock down to officially 10 minutes and 21 seconds left to go. Let's take a look at our starting lineups offensively tonight for Grand Forks Red River. The tackles are Xander Wayne and Harley Parsons. The guards are Jake Boss and Bruce Moose, Moz rather, and we'll have Ward in the middle. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. That was a typographical error that we had earlier. Ryan Ward is going to get the start tonight at the center's position. The wide receiver core, Caden Mackey, Gavin Rogers, Carter Flom, Cam Klufstead is the tight end, Thomas Kraft is the running back, and Pierce Parks is the quarterback for Grand Forks Red River. They actually had their quarterback and running back juxtaposed on their lineup card as well. So we worked through a couple of issues there. But like we said, game 1, week 0, going to happen. Thomas Kraft gets a toss on first down looking for a hole. Found one and darts ahead to the 40-yard line for a gain of around 6 for Thomas Kraft on his first opportunity to carry the football tonight, and that'll bring us to a 2nd down and 4. Braden Meshke coming up with most of the stop on that one. The cornerback on the far side of the football field, stepping in as a defensive back to make that play. 6-yard pickup for Thomas Kraft. Nose of the football just shy of the 40. That'll bring us to 2nd down and 4 for Grand Forks Red River. Riders have Carter Flom wide to the near side of the field. Rogers will go wide to the right. And Pierce Parks out of the shotgun with a man to his right in the backfield on 2nd down and 4. A lot of options here for Red River. Parks takes the snap, looks to give it away. Off the right side, Kraft again trying to slice his way for a first down. He's got one ahead of the 45. He's up to around the 46. That'll be a 6-yard pickup for Thomas Kraft. A pair of 6s for Thomas Kraft getting the football early tonight at its 1st and 10 for Grand Forks Red River, as they'll have the football just ahead of their own 46. This is the type of football that Vern Muir wants to play. He wants to play a kind of game that can really control the field with the running back core. And when he's got that opportunity, he'll continue to pound it. Caden Mackey is the wide receiver to the right. Carter Flom, they expect things out of Carter Flom, the wide receiver left. Parks out of the pistol. On 1st and 10, the 46, they start Kraft in motion, toss sweep to him. Kraft starts upfield, broke a tackle, broke another, slips ahead of midfield. Little second effort on the back end of that play. Will take him out to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 8 yards. And 2nd and short coming up for Grand Forks Red River. Look at it on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and you'll see a toss to Kraft, and he shook off a couple of pieces of contact, one there and another there, and kept right on running and was able to pick up some great yards after contact for a long 8-yard pickup. 8:35 to play here, opening quarter. 2nd down and 2, no score on the all-true scoreboard. Red River with the football at the 46-yard line of Dickinson in enemy territory for the first time tonight on 2nd down and 2. Parks out of the gun, play action, wants to throw, and throws incomplete out to the far side of the field. It was intended out on the far edge for Carter Flom, who, again, they expect some pretty good things out of this year. That's going to bring us to 3rd down and 2 as the Riders throw short and come up empty. You see a big package here that will change for Grand Forks Red River. They'll bring in another tight end as Brady Reedy is going to come into the matchup as another tight end for Red River off the sideline, and Thomas Kraft to return after getting a breather with the 8-yard pickup that he had a couple of moments ago. First quarter of tonight's matchup is brought to you by Absolute Refrigeration. They are who you call when staying cool matters most. They bring you the first quarter of tonight. The refrigeration experts you call when staying cool absolutely matters, and it matters tonight. 3rd down and 2. Kraft running right, head of steam, first down. Just a plunge forward, able to pick up about 5. He'll squirt ahead to around the 42 of Dickinson. That'll be a pickup of 4 yards. And Thomas Kraft has a 26-yard first quarter in the making, and that'll bring us to 1st down and 10 at the 42-yard line of Dickinson. This will run us inside of 8 minutes to go. Riders have very steadily poked their way down the field so far tonight and have moved the ball inside of Dickinson territory at the 42, as even with this physical defense that Dickinson can pitch, Grand Forks Red River has been pretty good about being able to find the holes against it. Thomas Kraft have had a knife game tonight. Parks out of the gun, 3 receivers on 1st down. He'll give it away in the backfield. New running back here is going to be Flom, I believe. Correction, that new running back for Grand Forks Red River will be number 33 in the matchup. And it looks as though we've now lost our rosters as well. Somebody took those from us. Okay, here we go. That's Noah Brandvold that comes up with a carry, and he'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. So Brandvold picks up 2. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Grand Forks Red River. First, 2nd and long situation that they've been in so far tonight. They had a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 2. Now it's 2nd down and 8 at the Dickinson 40-yard line. Parks out of the shotgun with 3 receivers, twins to his right. Brandvold motions and a flag comes out, and this one will likely be a false start penalty coming up against the Rough Riders. It looked like there was some motion forward on the right side of that formation before it got started. They're going to bring this back. They'll mark it back. It'll go to the 45-yard line. Riders will lose 5 yards. First penalty against Grand Forks Red River tonight. Stop the clock with just under 7 to go. And now we'll get ready to rock with a 2nd down and 13 for the Rough Riders. Red River hasn't tried to stretch the field as of yet tonight.
They've had a couple of opportunities to throw short. They've taken one of those opportunities. Otherwise, they've been more than happy to try to prod around some of the defenses for Dickinson and see what they can find as far as some openings are concerned. Play comes in from the sideline. Placards are checked. Gavin Rogers will wind up. This will be actually Caden Mackey as the wide receiver near side. Here's a jet sweep and a flag. Another flag comes out as Thomas Kraft slips a spot on the far side of the field, gets rubbed out of bounds at around the 33, but 2 flags come out as Kraft turns the corner, and it looks like one of the riders got caught with a handful of jersey, and that's going to be the call against Red River. Both flags will be revised back to the 45, so 10 from there is going to put the Riders back in a hole at their own 50. And that'll be a true 10-yard mark-off against Grand Forks Red River on the holding penalty. 2 different officials saw it as well. Looks like they'll take it back officially to the 46. They might have marked that off about 9 yards rather than 10 in that situation, but nonetheless, second down coming up. Clock halted, 6:22 to play in the opening quarter. We're scoreless on the All True scoreboard. Regular screenings with All True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule a visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000. So here's second down for the Rough Riders from their own 46. Pierce Parks takes the snap. Very good protection. Throws underneath, and the pass is incomplete and nearly picked off. He threw it behind Caden Mackey, who was running a slant over the middle. That ball ended up behind Mackey, and there were a couple of men in the vicinity, including Tristan Stallworth, the dangerous linebacker for Dickinson, that nearly had a chance to react and get back to it, but didn't have quick enough hands to go back and get it. It'll be third down and 22 for Grand Forks Red River from their own 46-yard line. Clock stops, 6:17 left of the opening quarter, and now the Riders will have to stretch the field if they want to keep their opening drive of the season alive. 4 receivers, trips left. Parks alone in the shotgun. Takes the snap and drops back. Has a wall of protection, looking deep, throws short instead. It's caught by Mackey, and Mackey's up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 9 for Mackey. Stallworth coming up with part of the stop. Colby Fasthorse, one of the linebackers for Dickinson also. And the Riders are going to put their punt team on the field after a pickup of 10 yards officially for Caden Mackey on the catch. But the Rider drive will stall out. A couple of penalties that will be the cause for that stalling of the drive. And Red River will send their punt formation into the matchup. Jesse Baker will be back to take the snap for the Rough Riders. He'll stand at around his own 40. And the kick is away. Line drive, end over kick towards the far side. And this will be run down by Glasser, and then he'll let it roll behind him into the end zone for a touchback. And we'll see the Midgets bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. So no score after each team has a salvo to get things going tonight. 5:26 to play here in the opening quarter. Our timeouts tonight are brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, locally owned and family owned apparel store and print shop in Grand Forks. And our timeouts are brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire. That's who you see. They are the #1 ag and large trailer tire supplier in the region. So when it's time for harvest, when it's time to keep those implements moving, you think Big Jim's Tire. We're certainly in that mode right now if we've got football season upon us. No score between Grand Forks, Red River, and Dickinson. Next time we're out here tonight, or will be on Tuesday night, it'll be a soccer matchup. Central at home to take on Fargo Shanley. Central does not play tonight. They will play in the Alaris Center at the end of the season instead of playing a week 0 game. Grand Forks Red River will opt to go this way, where they will play in the early going and will have a bye somewhere along the way, and likely at the end of the year due to the conflict that the state soccer tournament will impose upon the Grand Forks football teams. And so they'll play straight out throughout the course of this one, and then you'll see Grand Forks Central play straight out as well starting next week. That's a doubleheader that will be here at Cushman Field. Coming up on Friday, we'll have both ends of that doubleheader on KNOX Radio and KNOX Live Sports as well.
Nathan Stevenson out of the shotgun for Dickinson on first down. Gives it away in the backfield, and there is absolutely nowhere to go in the backfield for a new running back in the game for Dickinson. Carrying the football was Shaden Jackson Zietz, and he gets absolutely manhandled by Dominic Leach. We'll take a look at that once again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This one just got bottled up by Leach. You'll see it right in the middle of that formation. He comes off a block off the right spot and was able to really get after Jackson Dietz in the backfield and took that play away from Dickinson. That'll bring up a second down at 13. It's a loss of 3 yards for Dickinson on the play. And a flag comes out as Stevenson takes a shotgun snap and throws off towards the near side of the football field. Pass is caught, but none of this is going to count. We'll stop the clock as the pass is caught out on the near side of the field for Dickinson by wide receiver number 84, Isaac Schulte, one of the guys we're watching tonight for Dickinson. But a false start penalty is going to mark this back 5 yards for the Dickinson Midgets as they get hit for their second penalty of the night. Taking a look at some of those keys of the game that we have for you tonight. Keys of the game brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. It's always hockey season. They're ready to go with that. Camps are coming up in September. And, of course, we'll have the regular season coming up for the youth around our area shortly thereafter. And it looks like this penalty will take the ball back for Dickinson to the 12. For Red River, you've got to deal with the physicality of the game. We've talked about that already. Red River getting behind that running attack, and you have to deal with the physical part of this because Dickinson plays a very physical game. Getting Pierce Parks in space. He hasn't looked very crisp as of yet trying to throw the football. He's had time, has been looking for the openings, and then getting those running backs going downhill. But again, we say mostly on those keys of the game tonight, and the reason for that is obviously with the athleticism that they do believe Thomas Kraft has brought back, there's an opportunity to do something there. And now we'll see a timeout taken by Dickinson as they get ready for the next play. We'll take one as well. Timeout's brought to you by Big Jim's Tire and also by Apex Apparel in Grand Forks. We have no score here at Cushman Field between the Midgets and the Rough Riders. This is our coverage of Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
We welcome you back to our coverage of high school football during the timeout. Dylan Glasser gets the football for Dickinson, rumbles out ahead of the 15 to around the 18-yard line. Be a pickup of around 5 yards for Glasser on that play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd down and 12 for Dickinson. Glasser comes up with positive yardage for the first time tonight. So 3rd down and 12 coming up for Dickinson. We welcome you back to our coverage of Rough Rider football from Cushman Field tonight here on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. 3rd and 12, Dickinson from their own 18-yard line. And the Midgets with quarterback Nathan Stevenson ready to take the snap. 4 receivers. Stevenson drops back, pressured. Trying to run away from it, does. Off his back foot, throws, and the pass is batted down and incomplete. Really good coverage coming across the formation for Grand Forks Red River to get on top of that. Really nice bat down to keep that away from the check down man. Watch that again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and you'll see pressure right away. The quarterback defected. Good rush. Stevenson gets away from that, throws, and there's the batted football that came over the top to keep that one from doing any damage to extend the drive. And a really nice defensive stop by Grand Forks Red River that will force Dickinson to punt from deep inside their own territory. Colby Fasthorse will go back to kick the football for Dickinson. And the Riders have 1 man back to receive it, and that will be the dangerous Thomas Kraft. Kick is away, and this will take a hop at around the 44 and will roll dead at around the 47-yard line. And so the Riders are going to take over inside Dickinson territory with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the opening frame. 4 versus 5 in the state, and this AA level last year was probably the most competitive level of football that you had really from top to bottom at that point. It really was a fantastic level of football, and you wouldn't expect anything but good football again from that level this year. Now, of course, there are going to be some changes coming up to it going forward, and so that's something that will have to be discussed by those that are out there looking to I'll put the thing back together again after we blow it up and move some things around. We'll talk more about that as we go. 3 receivers for Grand Forks Red River Parks. Deeks a throw, calls his own number, trying to slice, and is down to around the 49. Then the ball came out. Dickinson says they have it, and it looks as though they do as Pierce Parks on his first running play ends up putting the ball on the turf, and the Midgets are going to recover it. CJ Easterday will come up with the return. Take a look at it again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You'll see Parks going right and just took a hit helmet first into the football, and that comes out with Easterday jumping on top of it. So a couple of miscues that Vern Muir talked to us about in the pregame report that he said really couldn't happen. They didn't want to see the penalties, which affected the opening drive, and now the turnover that will give Dickinson fresh life at their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Midgets. I formation, Stevenson back under center. Play action, deep drop, wants to throw, pressured, in trouble, goes down. Quarterback sack. It's all the way back at the 34. A host of trouble that was led for Grand Forks Red River by Jacob Foss on the defensive line. Look at it again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and there's Foss beating his block, got taken out of the play, came back to the quarterback, kept working, and was able to come up with what was necessary. Heck of a play for Foss on the defensive line, and Dickinson will lose 10 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 20 on the quarterback sack, back at the 34. Stevenson back under center for the Midgets. Single wide receiver each side. The eye once again. They give it away in the backfield. New runner is Braden Meshke. Meshke will slice his way ahead of the 35 to around the 36, gain of 2. And the Rough Riders get Cam Clefstead up the field to make the stop. And it'll be 3rd down and 18 as Meshke comes up with his first positive running tonight. Likely takes us down to the first 2 minutes, or the final 2 minutes, we should say, of the opening quarter. Ball to 36. And here comes 3rd down and 18 as the Red River crowd begins to come to life. For those of you wondering if we were in kind of an echo chamber on KNOX radio, we were able to get that situation solved for you as well. I mean, we had a lot of issues. We were fortunate to get on the air tonight, to tell you the truth, but we're glad to be here. 3 receivers, twins to the right. Stevenson out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 18. He drops back under pressure again. Hit as he throws. Pass caught. A diving catch made up at the 46-yard line for a gain of 10 yards for Isaac Schulte, who comes up with a snare laying out in front of him towards the far sideline in the out route. He'll pick up 10. It'll be short of 1st down yardage by a good margin. And so the Midgets likely in punting situation here from their own 46, facing 4th down and 8, but a solid play that at least changes a little bit of field position for Dickinson. Thomas Kraft to go back inside the 25, waiting for a punt from Colby Fasthorse of the Dickinson Midgets. His first was kind of a liner and not too deep. The kick is away. This one high in the air, deeper, and a spiraling kick. Off to the near side, takes a pro Red River hop, then a pro Dickinson hop at the 42, 37. It'll be touched up at around the 38-yard line. And with a minute and officially 3 seconds to go in the opening quarter, it'll be Red River with the football at their own 38-yard line, scoreless on the All True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All True. Regular screenings with All True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000. That's 780-5000. Riders back on the field. Second sequence with the football tonight, really third. They turned it over on their second. They're hoping to hold on to it here for a little bit more than just a couple of plays this time around. Single receiver each way. Lone man on the backfield is Kraft for Pierce Parks. He takes the snap, gives to Kraft, and Kraft is hit early, spun out of the tackle, then spun out of another, and scampers his way out to near the 45-yard line. Good piece of running for Thomas Kraft, who was hit early in that. They're going to give him the 44, be a gain of 6 yards for Thomas Kraft, who has 32 yards on the ground here in the opening quarter, and it's 2nd down and 4 coming up for Red River. And the Riders likely going to take one more play here, and maybe count their blessings a little bit. Turn over the ball in the opening quarter, suffer some penalties on their first drive that stalled it out, but they found some things that are probably positive enough to feel good about through the first 12 minutes. Parks waiting for the snap, whistle, and a flag. And we'll see if the Riders use too much time. And it's a false start penalty, rather. Instead, that'll cost the Riders 5. 21 yards on penalties for Red River in the opening quarter. When you talk to Vern Muir for any amount of time, one of the things he really believes in as a football coach is doing the really simple things. And those simple things include running the football. And those simple things include avoiding penalties. And the Riders have run the football, but they have not avoided the penalties here. Clock down to 10 seconds. The play clock is at 15, and we'll see if Red River chooses to snap the football again. It looks like Pierce Parks is taking a look up on it, and that's going to be the end of the opening quarter. First quarter comes to a conclusion, scoreless between Dickinson and Red River after a quarter of play. First quarter brought to you by Absolute Refrigeration, so you call when staying cool matters most. Second quarter on the way next. This is our coverage of Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports and News Radio 1310, KNOX.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. We're through a quarter of play. Entering the second, no score, Grand Forks, Red River, Dickinson thus far tonight. Riders with some problems in the early going. 21 yards on penalties in the opening quarter, including a holding penalty that really did a number on a Rider drive. They've got the football facing 2nd down and 8 after another one of those penalties where they were hit for 5 yards on a procedure penalty to start the second quarter. Now moving from our left to right. And the Rider offense is back on the field. Not a lot of success throwing the football as of yet, Red River. We'll see if they open that up here in the second. Pierce Parks waiting for a shotgun snap on 2nd and 8. He's got it, looks over the middle. Quick throw, pass caught, and this will be caught by Cam Klefstead for Grand Forks Red River. He's stacked up at around the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of around 6 yards. Really quick hitter that time. Host of people there for Dickinson on the tackle. Malachi Medina was in on part of the stop. C.J. Easterday, who recovered that fumble earlier as well, came up with part of the take. And 6 yards on the catch for Cam Klefstead brings up 3rd down and 2 for Grand Forks Red River from the 46. This is a big play in the game here in the second quarter. It's been fairly even thus far. Dickinson on the road, the greener team, as you heard Vern Muir say in the pregame report. And the longer they're in it, the more confidence, obviously, they're going to have. Parks out of the gun on 3rd down and 2. The snap, the give, and a big wall to run behind for Thomas Kraft, who has a 1st down. Big old wall for Thomas Kraft to run through. Take a look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Look at this wedge that Thomas Kraft had to run behind in that sequence, and he's able to make it work for a 1st down pickup for Grand Forks Red River. And good to see the Riders getting after it with that running game to just go downhill and keep things moving in the right direction. That's a 5-yard pickup for Thomas Kraft. He's got 37 yards in the opening night, or I should say the opening minutes of the opening night. 13 minutes into the game, just under 11 to go until the break. Still looking for the first points of the matchup tonight. Parks out of the shotgun, takes the snap, looks a little end around. This is a cutback over the middle, new football carrier. And I think this is going to be Blake Reedy who steps in and takes a little toss that will move him out to around the 41 before he's brought down. Gain of around 7 yards on the play. It is Reedy. It looked like a 0 on his uniform, but it turns out to be a number 8 that's out there. And Reedy with 7 yards, and now Reedy goes down on his way off the field. Reedy was trying to come off the field after taking that hit, and he was walking, but it looked like he was a little wobbly on his way to the sideline, and the whistle blew and Reedy went down. It looks like he definitely took a pretty big shot that probably affected his balance coming off the field, and that seemed to be what the problem was going to be. They moved the team away from Reedy almost immediately, and we'll see what happens here. They've got his helmet off, and with this kind of heat, along with head injury situations, no chances are going to be taken in these types of situations at all. You're just not going to see that happen in this situation. So they'll tend to Reedy, and what we'll do is we'll end up very likely taking a break here. This could be an elongated stoppage here while they tend to Reedy. So let's go ahead and take a pause. Timeout's brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store, and Big Jim's Tire, #1 ag tire supplier in Grand Forks. No score, Riders of the ball, back after an injury timeout.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
They are still tending to Blake Reedy on the field. Welcome back to our coverage of Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Just as we return, you see Reedy come up to a sitting position here, which is good news. The crowd begins to breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. Now, Red River is a little shorthanded as it is. We mentioned in the pregame report tonight, J.B. Walters not able to play tonight due to illness. They've got a couple of other injuries that have happened here during the preseason. And so the loss of any player is obviously going to impact the depth chart. And that's one thing that Coach Muir mentioned to us, is that the team will not be incredibly deep coming into tonight. And Reedy had a nice little run up the middle on a bit of a shovel pass. They've got him back up on his feet. We'll see if it's a leg or we'll see if it's something else. It looks like the effort that they're giving Reedy to come off the field is to stabilize him. And so it doesn't look like it's a traditional type of injury to a limb. This looks more like it was some kind of a head injury that he took after a big hit. And you can tell he's still rather wobbly as he comes off the field, and they try to get him to the bleachers. But he's up and he's walking around, and that's usually a pretty good sign. And so the Riders will have a 2nd down and 3 from the Dickinson 41-yard line. 10:19 to play officially here in the opening quarter. And Grand Forks Red River with 3 receivers on 2nd down and 3 to the left of Pierce Parks. Parks waiting for a shotgun snap and has it. But before this thing could get going, more flags are going to come out. Another false start coming up for Red River. That's going to cost them their 26th yard in penalties so far tonight. So this ball will come back to the 46. And what was 2nd down and 3 going to become 2nd down and 8 for Grand Forks Red River. So the Riders looking at 2nd down and 8 inside Dickinson territory at the 46. There haven't been any big plays as of yet, at least those that have not had a penalty to make them big plays. Caden Mackey is a wide receiver to the right. Thomas Kraft is strung out there as well as one of the wide receivers that way. Parks waiting for a shotgun snap, gives away to Brandvold in the backfield, and he's dragged down as he got to the 44-yard line. Little gain on that, maybe 2. That's going to be all he picks up. Good stop made by the defensive back, Dylan Glasser, who's had a kind of a nice night tonight. There haven't been a big ton of plays for Dickinson made offensively, but he's had a couple of them and has looked like a pretty good athlete running around out there, and that limits Brandvold to just 2 yards. So here comes 3rd down and 6 for Grand Forks Red River. 9.5 to play second quarter, scoreless on the all-true scoreboard. And waiting for the snap is Pierce Parks. He's got Brandvold to his right. 3 receivers are to his left. Parks waiting for the snap, takes it, drops back, looks to throw, pressured from his left, rolls, looks to throw underneath. Pass caught, Mackey a slip, stays on his feet near the near sideline. He'll be knocked out of bounds. That's going to be enough for a first down for Grand Forks Red River. He'll pick up what looks like 9 yards on the play, and it's enough to move the sticks for Red River. Mackey's second catch tonight. That'll take the ball to the 35. 19 yards on a pair of grabs for Grand Forks Red River from Mackey this evening. And it's 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. 3 receivers. Parks the snap. Brandvold the carry. Big hole to run through up the middle of the field. He's across the 30 and down to the 28. Gain of 8 yards on the play for Brandvold. And once again, the offensive line minus J.B. Walters tonight, who's out. Very sought-after college recruit. A Division I kid. And they're without him this evening, and yet that offensive line continues to open up some holes, and that's going to force us to a timeout for Dickinson. So the Midgets would like to get together and talk things over, and we'll take a timeout with them tonight. Timeout brought to you by Apex Apparel in Grand Forks and by Big Jim's Tire in Grand Forks. Scoreless, the Riders moving with 8:37 to play until halftime. This is our coverage of Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and 4-Inch Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network at KNOX Live Sports.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school sports on the Rivards Turf and 4-Inch Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Here we go. It's 2nd down and 3 for Grand Forks Red River following a timeout by Dickinson. They're at the midget 22-yard line. Pierce to throw, has good time to move with. He's going to move to the right side, tucks his head down to the 25, got down to around the 23, and that should be enough for a Red River first down as he'll pick up 5 yards. May have said the 23, apologies. The 28 is where that play started. The 23 is where it ends up, and Pierce Parks picks up a first down. So the Rough Riders get the 5 they're looking for. Dickinson took their second time out to try to clue that one in, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for Grand Forks Red River as they approach the RBB Electric red zone. Not there as of yet, but at the 23 of Dickinson and moving. And it's 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. Parks waiting for a shotgun snap. Single receiver each way. He's got it. Turns. Brandvold backfield right side. Big hole to run through. And he's knocked down inside the 15 down to the 12. That may be enough for another first down. It will be. And a gain of right around 10 yards for Nathan Brandvold, who's beginning to make his mark on this football game for Grand Forks Red River. And the Riders want to keep moving. It's 1st down and 10. Now they're in the RBB Electric red zone. Brandvold again, cutting back right side. Hit from behind by Easterday, and he'll go down at around the 11-yard line. So Brandvold on the previous play picks up right at 10. I said Nathan, apologies. Noah Brandvold, my apologies. And Brandvold picks up another yard on his 5th carry of the night and moves the ball down to the 11-yard line, where it's now 2nd down and call it 9 from the Dickinson 11. They're in the RBB Electric red zone of the Rough Riders. RBB Electric, they're on call, on time, and online at rbbelectric.com. 2nd down and 9 for Red River. Parks with 3 receivers to his right. He'll start Kraft in motion and shovels the ball to him on the left. Kraft trying to find a corner to turn. Stiff arms a man. Oh my goodness. Lays out towards the end zone. He's out of bounds right around the first down marker at the 3-yard line. Look at this again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Watch this stiff arm from Kraft. The heck you say, I'm moving on down the field. And Kraft with a physical play ends up getting yards after contact. He'll pick up 7 of those and brings up a 3rd down and 1 for Grand Forks Red River just outside the 3. Clock with 7 minutes to go even, 44 yards in the opening half of play for Thomas Kraft, including one of the more impressive plays on that stiff arm a moment ago. And now Grand Forks Red River doesn't have what they're looking for on the field, and they want to call a timeout. So we will keep it here. There are an even 7 minutes left to go in the matchup. So what we're going to do is try to fix that scoreboard up for you here. I did not know that they had got out of bounds on that last play. I didn't know that was the way it was called. And so in the long run, we got the clock started just a little bit early, but that'll get back to the even 7 minute mark. And now with the ball just inside the 3, it's going to be third down to goal. A couple of big plays coming up here for Grand Forks Red River. Thomas Kraft, 44 yards on the night. Huge play for Thomas Kraft on that stiff arm. That was really something to watch. And we heard so much about him and Cam Klefstad really adding to their game coming into this season. And you kind of wondered how that would play itself out on the field. Would you see it? But that's some physicality from Thomas Kraft that maybe wasn't there throughout the year last year. That kind of upper body strength is what they're going to be excited about if he can continue to absorb punishment. We've seen it throughout the night where Kraft has been hit, continues to run. They just have not been able to really bring him down despite having some bodies around him. Vern Mears said it wouldn't be the cleanest game tonight, and it hasn't been for Red River up front. The running backs have had some contact early in plays, but they haven't bothered to really show any wear and tear out of it. So here comes third down and less than a yard inside the Dickinson 3. Pierce Parks calls the snap, looking for his own hole to wiggle through. He's into the end zone for a touchdown for Grand Forks Red River. Pierce Parks will take it in from 3 yards out for the score, and Grand Forks Red River will go up by a score of 6-0. Let's look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This is Pierce Parks behind a good lead block, just head down, driving his way into the end zone, and he gets up with a big old celebration of the game coming up later on tonight from Balloons by Misty. We'll have that for you coming up later on. Riders take a 6-0 lead. Time of the score will be at 6:56 left to go of the second quarter, and it's Parks that will go in from 8 yards out. And now an interesting play going for a 2-point conversion with some tomfoolery. And Red River will run it in with Ray Dusick getting the opportunity to pound it in for the score. So Dusick with the 2-point conversion will make it 8-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River with 6:56 left to go here in the opening quarter of play. Red Zone brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, and online. RBBelectric.com, bringing you peace of mind with all of your electrical projects. We got halftime coming up. We'll take a look at some of our highlights during our halftime report, so stay with us for that. An enjoyable night, after we had some of the issues that came up. And again, apologies to those of you that have kind of struggled through a couple of things with our broadcast throughout the course of the night, but some first game stuff. We were here on Tuesday to try to work out some of those issues, but weather conditions a little different here tonight than it was on Tuesday that we had for some Red River soccer. Riders soccer team beaten by West Fargo last night by a score of 1-0, and that was the preseason number 3, the preseason number 2 in the EDC as far as soccer. Red River, the third ranked team in the preseason polls, and West Fargo, the second ranked team in the preseason polls, but West Fargo, the 1-0 win last night. Got all 3 league points. Scored in the first half, scoreless second half. And the Rider soccer team, a lot like the Rider football team right now, and not playing at 100% on the night. They are in a situation where they're missing a couple of key components, and they're hoping to have a pretty good run this season. Riders will kick it off for the second time this evening. And Dylan Glosser will go back as the deep man for the Midgets to return the kick. Brody Andrade is the kicker for Red River, dual sport athlete. He's on that soccer team we were talking about just a moment ago. And the kick is away. And another pooch kick that's picked up at around the 30-yard line for Dickinson. And again, the Midgets have on the return Trevor Tolliver, who's that up man they keep kicking the football at. Tolliver able to scamper his way out near the 43. And Dickinson will take over there for the 1st and 10 of the 43-yard line. So we'll see what the Midgets have in store here. Their offense has been not necessarily built to show run, although they've been in the eye half the time. They have used their formations to kind of widen the field, but they haven't shown you that Nathan Stevenson's going to chuck the ball down the field as of yet either, despite having multiple receivers in their formation, which they do again here. They'll show 4, twins each way, as Stevenson waits for a shotgun snap. He's got it, pressured immediately, in all kinds of trouble. Loads up, throws right side. Receiver is on the far wing, open for a first down. Shaden Jackson Zietz. And Jackson Zietz will pick up enough for a first down on kind of the relief valve for Dickinson. One of the bigger plays that they've had tonight. It'll be a pickup of 11 yards for Jackson Zietz. And it'll be a first down. That's the second catch tonight for Dickinson. Isaac Schulte had a 10-yard grab earlier. Jackson Zietz was in all kinds of, real estate that was wide open on the right side due to the pressure that came from Red River up front. Cam Clefstead stopped, tried to spread out and perhaps take a passing route away in that situation. Here's first down. They'll give it away in the backfield to Zietz. Zietz nudges his way up to around the 45 and is driven back, maybe a gain of a yard. Jackson Zietz, the ball carrier, that's gummed up in the middle for Grand Forks Red River. They've had really good play on the defensive line tonight. That one was, Ian Eichmann, a junior defensive lineman. Riders trying to really rotate a lot of depth up in those 3 down linemen and change those up from what is their offensive lineman look. Try to find some depth. That's one of the scrambles that Coach Meir always tries to get into early in a season, is trying to develop extra depth that can play up on the line. And second down and 9, it looks like the Riders have some pretty good lineman prospects to go with this year. Stevenson out of the shotgun. He's got Zietz to his right, motions Glosser back towards the line of scrimmage left to right. Now he drops back and sidearms one to Glosser over the middle, who breaks a tackle, stumbles forward and can't get loose for anything more. He's down back at the Rider 39. That'll be a gain of 6 for Dylan Glosser. Glosser's run the ball a couple of times tonight. That time picks up 6 on a throw. And here comes third down and 3 for Dickinson. So the Midgets trying to respond after giving up the opening points of the game. 8-0, Grand Forks Red River on a touchdown run for Pierce Parks. And a highlight reel type of stiff arm in that sequence for Grand Forks Red River's Thomas Kraft as the running back. Here's 3rd and 3. This is a big play. Can the Rider defense shore things up at the 39? I formation behind Stevenson. He'll turn, give the football away, and nowhere down in the backfield for Braden Meschke. He goes down for a loss back at around the 42-yard line. Hit made by Jacob Foss, who's been in a couple of those tonight. Here it is in the American Family Insurance Tyler Angle Agency replay. Meschke gets it and is met immediately in the backfield and goes nowhere. Huge play again by that defensive line for Grand Forks Red River. It'll be a loss of 3, brings up 4th and a long 6. And once again, Colby Fasthorse is coming onto the field to punt the football. Fasthorse waits for the snap just inside his own 45. Kick is a line drive and a wobbler once again. It's going to take a pro Dickinson roll inside the 10, rolling down to the 5, and will be touched up there. And it'll be first down and 10 for Grand Forks Red River from their own 5-yard line, with the clock officially down to 3 minutes and 53 seconds left to go here in the opening half of play. Halftime report on the way. Looking forward to bringing it to you. Lots of great plays in this one tonight to take a look through for Grand Forks Red River once again coming up at halftime. Halftime report brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And that coming up in just a bit. We'll see what Red River can do down the stretch here. 8-0 lead. 3:53 to go, way back in their own territory. Have to avoid the mistakes that plagued them early in the football game here. 3 receivers. Low man in the backfield for the Rough Riders is Kraft. He'll get it, looks for a hole, cuts back, drags a man with him out ahead of the 10 to around the 11 of Thomas Kraft. Going to run the football like that tonight? Well, that's a pretty safe play. That's 50 yards for Thomas Kraft in the opening half of football. Isaac Lowry comes up with the stop for Dickinson. And it's second down and 4. And Riders not going to be in a big hurry here. 3.5 to go, deep in their own end. They'd take a couple of first downs here if they could, run this thing out and feel like they've really controlled the football game minus their own mistakes. Parks waiting for a snap on 2nd and 4, has it, gives it away. Kraft again, big cutback lane. First down and more spinning. Got ahead of the 25, rumbles out to the 30, out to the 31, and that'll be a gain of 19 yards for Thomas Kraft. Took a couple of hits. There's an injured rider, midget behind the play. The ball comes out to the 33, and Dickinson has an injury that will keep the clock stop back right around what was the line of scrimmage. But one of the telltale things that we have seen so far in this matchup tonight has been the ability of Thomas Kraft to just continue to run through contact. It's been just an absolute impossibility for Dickinson to be able to bring him down. And so you can see why they were really high on Thomas Kraft being what he was going to be in this football game, because what he has just been an absolute behemoth so far in this matchup. It's been a lot of fun to watch him do it. And if he continues to go this route with it, well, this could be a really, really nice season for Thomas Kraft. He's always had the ability to be a great athlete for Grand Forks Red River. We knew about that, but he did something in the offseason that really encouraged what I guess you would say the people around this Grand Forks Red River program to think that he was going to have a good year. They've been talking about him throughout the course of the week as we got ready for this one. Meanwhile, there is an injured Dickinson midget on the field at this point. The injury is to Tristan Stallsworth, and that would be a really tough one for the Midgets to deal with, as Tristan Stallsworth's a returning first-team All-State player from a year ago, and you definitely don't want to go without a guy like that in your lineup. A runner and also a linebacker, but really he's his heart and soul. He was a first-teamer as a linebacker a year ago, so that one is one of those that you definitely don't want to lose at that point. You'd like to get that one back. 3:05 left in the opening half of play, and they'll get the clock started after the injury. On 1st down and 10 for Red River from the 33, Pierce Parks, high snap, has it, rolls right side, still looking, throws off his back foot downfield, wide open. On the play is Caden Mackey. Mackey stretches the field for Red River, and the Riders have a first down. Another catch for Caden Mackey tonight, and another first down for Grand Forks Red River. The American Family Insurance Thailand Angle Agency replay. Mackey going up in a crowd to take that down to the 37-yard line. They're going to call it a 30-yard pickup for Caden Mackey. Mackey, 3 catches now, 49 yards on the night. And it's 1st down and 10 for Grand Forks Red River. Clock moving once again. He didn't get out of bounds at the Dickinson 37. Parks waiting, 3 receivers, looks to give away backfield. New man running the football. This can be Reed Krogstad, and Krogstad will take it out to the 32. So Krogstad steps in. Now we'll show you a little bit of depth in the running back core. After all, Blake Reedy took that hit earlier in the game, and that was a play where I would doubt we're going to see Blake Reedy the way he came off the field. I don't think we're going to see him in the football game again tonight, and that's one of those where you're probably going into concussion protocol right away in the first game of the season. 5-yard pickup on that play for Krogstad. We'll take it out to the 32, and it's 2nd down and 5 for Grand Forks. So 1st down and 10 for Grand Forks Red River. And again, for those of you that are with us on our web stream tonight, KNOX Live Sports, we're having intermittent internet conditions here. I'm not sure what's going on, but we're also being hit with that now. That is about the 3rd time that we've had an internet bump tonight. So stay with us. We'll get you reconnected. It just takes a couple of moments. 1st and 10 for Grand Forks Red River. Clock halted with 58 seconds left to go here. 3 receivers, twins to the left side. Parks dropping back, in trouble, hit in the backfield. It will go down for a quarterback sack. That one is Colby Fasthorse that gets Parks back at around the 38-yard line. A loss of 15 yards for Pierce Parks. And the Riders are going to use up one of their timeouts. That will take us down to 49 seconds left to go here in the matchup. So a tough loss for Pierce Parks. He'll go down for a 15-yard loss. Tough to know what Parks was planning on doing in that situation. If Parks was planning on throwing the football or if Parks was planning on running the football. He had a lot of options in front of him at that point, but in the long run, he ends up with some problems in the backfield before he could really get himself going in the right direction. So a timeout taken. And we'll see the Riders of the football back at the 38 with 49 seconds left to go. They'll be down to one timeout left to go here in the opening half of play. Used one earlier on an offensive situation. And now we'll look to use their second here to keep things from getting too far out of hand after giving up the quarterback loss on the play. Really, the last several minutes of the game have been all momentum Grand Forks Red River, with the exception of that play. But the Riders have started to get a little bit deeper into their playbook. Had a little bit of a wear going on Dickinson at that point. Whistle blows, and Dickinson's still in the huddle. Over on the far side of the field, Red River's at the line, ready to run a play. It will take the 13-yard line to get a first down. So this will be second down and 25 for Grand Forks Red River. Riders from their own 38, leading 8-0 on the all-true scoreboard. 49 seconds left to go until the break. We'll see Kraft motioning out of the backfield. Parks in trouble again, dumps off over the middle, and the pass incomplete. And hit comes in a little bit late. Riders go looking for a penalty on a hit that was laid in on Brody Andrade. Correction on Gavin Rogers. Hit was thrown by Malachi Medina from the linebacker's position. And it'll be 3rd and 25 for Red River, clock down to 44 left to play. We're out of field goal range here. You have to pick up something to try to tack 3 points on the board if you can. Let's see what happens here. 3 receivers. Twins go to the left on 3rd down and 25. Parks taking a look. Claps, gets the snap, drops back, looks to throw. Now steps up in the pocket, avoids some pressure, dumps off over the flat. Mackey with a catch. He's down right along the boundary on the near side with the clock down to 35 seconds left to go. And it looks like we'll have another injury stoppage. Or, yeah, we do have an injury on the field for one of the Midgets. That'll be Braden Barnhart, who was down grasping at a leg. So this will be 4th down. It will take the ball to the 27 for Grand Forks Red River. Kind of splits the difference. Be an 11-yard pickup on the catch for Mackey. 4 grabs for Cade Mackey in the first half. He's got 60 yards. Thomas Kraft with 71 yards in the first half running the football. But now you have to start to think about what your options are going to be going forward here. Managing this situation will be interesting. You can, the Riders have a very good kicker that they can go to in this situation to try to put 3 points on the board. And so that's the part that you have to manage a little bit in this situation, is whether or not you want to try to load up. And obviously you try to continue the drive. That goes without saying. So you go that route with it. But the other option that you have is you pick up something to set up a field goal try, and you're early in the season. You might want to know what it is that you can get done as far as the kicking game is concerned. Barnhart's up off the field, and it appears that he is going to be okay. They're talking about it right now on the Grand Forks Red River sideline as to what the options are here if you don't continue the drive. At least I would think that's what that conversation is like going on the sideline right now. So we'll see what happens with this next sequence, but this could be a big sequence in the football game here at this point, because 4th down and 13, Red River's going to go for it. Parks will take a shotgun snap, loads up, throwing to the near side of the field for Thomas Kraft. Jump ball, and it's incomplete. Thomas Kraft got underneath it. Good coverage was there to stop that from going forward. So the ball can't be caught by Thomas Kraft, and that will stop the Riders on downs. They'll give it back to Dickinson at the 27-yard line with 29 seconds left to go. So from the 27, Dickinson will get the football back. Drive stalls out. Riders, all told, looking at probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 80 yards rushing in the opening half and probably around 75 yards throwing. A very balanced first half of play, and that takes into account the loss for Pierce Parks on the sack. 29 seconds left, and a late change here. Dickinson didn't get all their personnel in the field. This is Isaac Lowry running in to take a lineman's position at this point, maybe due to the loss of Barnhart on that injury. And Stevenson will take the snap for Dickinson and just step back and take a knee, and that's going to take us in to the first half of play, or at least into the locker room. That'll end the first half of play. So Grand Forks Red River gets the lone touchdown of the opening half. Pierce Parks digging his way in from 3 yards. Thomas Kraft really owning the first half offensively for Grand Forks Red River. And that's going to take us to our halftime report coming up in a couple of moments. Our halftime report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. At the break, your score is Grand Forks Red River 8 and Dickinson nothing. We'll come back with our intermission report coming up next. This is our coverage of Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Timeouts brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks, and brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, the #1 supplier for ag tires in our region. Timeout. We're back with a look at our first half highlights next.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Welcome back to our coverage of Grand Forks Red River Rough Rider football tonight on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, News Radio 1310 KNOX. Glad to have you along with us tonight from Cushman Field here in Grand Forks, the site of a host of activity for us to start the year. Doubleheader coming up next Friday. Tonight, Grand Forks Red River in their opener against Dickinson has limited Dickinson to unofficially now 10 yards of offense, 12 total, 12 yards of offense in the opening half of play. And by doing so, they have an 8-0 lead in the matchup. Halftime report brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel. We are in harvest time at this point, and that means when you have a breakdown, it's time to invoke the Men of Steel to get that taken care of so you can limit your downtime and get back in the action. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, bringing you halftime tonight, along with High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. You can find High Plains Water in Grand Forks. Find out what one of their Helen brand systems can do for you and find out what the benefits are of having quality water in your home with High Plains Water. And we talk about no more scaly buildup, softer skin, better showers, cleaner laundry, all of that
improves with High Plains Water. This was the Thomas Kraft Show for Grand Forks Red River in the opening half. 71 yards carrying the football, including just a host of some really physical play. The offensive line did their part. Defensive line making some things happen. Pierce Parks throwing the football throughout the second quarter, perhaps a little bit better after he got loosened up and was able to make some things happen through the air as well. And overall, pretty balanced effort for Red River. They'll come in with 91 yards on the ground, 75 yards through the air in that first half of play. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights with our Proceed highlights here at the Halftime Report. Our halftime highlights are brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. This was the story of the opening half. This is Thomas Kraft just behind a wall for Thomas Kraft, who has linemen to start moving the ball down the field, and more Kraft. Watch this stiff arm. Just lays a man out, dives towards the pylon. Didn't get in, but a couple of plays later, Pierce Parks would. Here's the lone touchdown. Parks from 3 yards out. Goes looking for a nice celebration on the end of this one to get the team fired up. And the defense doing their part as well. We didn't have that one for you. We've got a bit of an issue here. Apologies. Again, these are some of the things we didn't get to work out, but wait a second. I'm going to get you that play that we have with Jacob Foss. Look at this stop for Jacob Foss. This is not the stop that we were looking for. That's Mackey at the end of the game. Again, we apologize for having a few things just not quite where they're supposed to be here tonight. It was our intention to kind of put forward a little bit better opportunity for you here tonight, and we just didn't get the opportunity to do that. And so I apologize for that. Again, with the internet connection difficulties that we've had throughout the course of the night that have plagued us, that we haven't really been able to solve. And then going along with what we have going on tonight with some of the other issues, and you can tell that we're still having some of those here tonight as well. But I want to get you that play for Foss because that shows you a little bit about what it is that was going on with the defense out there throughout the course of the night, because he really did have a nice play in this situation. And so we'll get that for you coming up in the second half. Apologies for you. We'll get that for you coming up here as we get to the second part of our halftime report. Again, some tough issues that we've had to deal with throughout the course of the night tonight, but hopefully we'll be better next week. But we'll get more of those replays. Again, our replays brought to you tonight by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. And again, you saw plenty of those with Thomas Kraft throughout the night. Numbers: Grand Forks Red River runs it for 91 yards, throws it for 75, 140 total yards of offense. Thomas Kraft 71 yards on the ground. Caden Mackey with 60 yards through the air and 4 catches tonight. Noah Brandvold with 23 yards on the ground for Grand Forks Red River. And for Dickinson, here's the thing, -5 yards on the ground tonight for the Midgets. That's not where they want to be. 12 yards through the air tonight or I should say rather 27 yards through the air for Dickinson. Overall, 12 yards of total offense by the time you factor in penalties. Leaders out there for Dickinson: Dylan Glasser, 5 yards on the ground, 6 yards through the air, a 10-yard catch for Isaac Schulte, and an 11-yard catch for Shaden Jackson Zietz. And those are the leaders that we have tonight for Dickinson. Again, at the break, Red River leads by a score of 8-0. Let's see if we can't find that second highlight for you during our next break, and then we'll get you back and ready for second half football action, which we have for you coming up here in just a couple of moments. So do stay with us as we continue with our halftime report, brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. This is our coverage of Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school football tonight on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports tonight at Cushman Field, where we have an 8-0 lead in favor of Grand Forks Red River over Dickinson so far here this evening. And our halftime report continues. It's brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Let's take you back once again, which we have for you tonight with Jacob Foss. We wanted to get this one for you because it shows you a little bit of what the defense has been able to do tonight with the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And this is the play that we had. Jacob Foss, he had two big hits like this one. Look at that. Jacob Foss just swallowing a man up in the backfield tonight. And that's the play that we were looking for with the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And he has had a big night on the defensive line. And the line has shown some pretty good depth throughout the course of the night tonight, which is exciting to see that there's some of that out there coming up this evening. Looking for some scores, nothing really being reported so far tonight as far as scores around the area. One of the reasons is that we started ahead of a lot of the other games that are out there. We got started at 6 o'clock tonight, obviously, and a lot of the other games with 7 o'clock starts. So right now, not a lot of scores to report on our All-True scoreboard throughout the course of the night either. I want to thank you for joining us here tonight. We're back at it again coming up next week. As next week we'll have a doubleheader for you in Grand Forks football here at Cushman Field. We seem to have one of those each and every year, if not more. And this year we'll have the doubleheader in week number 2 of the season. Could have very well had a doubleheader tonight, but again, Grand Forks Central trying to play a game at the end of the year in the Alaris Center. And so they're going to hold off on playing until they get till the end of the season. But coming up next weekend, Jamestown will be here to take on Grand Forks Central. That game is a 7 o'clock kickoff. The first game will be Bismarck St. Mary's and Grand Forks Red River doing battle. And we'll have both of those games for you here on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. So join us for those coming up next week on Friday night, as we will get going with our pregame coverage on Friday afternoon at around 3:30. And the kickoff for game 1, which I believe at this point will be video only, will be at 4. And the second game will be a video-radio combination. That would be at 7 o'clock. Riders come out of the tunnel to get ready for second half action. We're going to take one final break in our halftime report, brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. And we'll come back and we will get you ready to go with second half action. So do stay with us. This is our coverage of high school football on the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
repairs in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Welcome back to our coverage of Rough Rider football tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. 8-0 Grand Forks Red River on top. Tomorrow will be our first edition of KNOX Coaches Saturday from Perkins Family Restaurant on South Columbia Road in Grand Forks. Join us bright and early, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're set to talk with a couple of our coaches, and those would be the two Grand Forks coaches, Ryan Kosowski, the head coach of the Green Wave at East Grand Forks, unable to attend tomorrow due to the scrimmages. That's usually the way the season falls. East Grand Forks opens up next week with Crookston, and we will have that for you on KNOX Live Sports as well. That's a Thursday night matchup next week. We're going to have a busy week next week. We'll have 4 broadcasts to bring you, and we're looking forward to bringing them all to you. Halftime report brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And we thank you for joining us for our halftime report tonight. And let's see if we can't go ahead and get ready to bring you the third quarter of action. The one issue that's come up for Grand Forks tonight, a rather sizable injury to Blake Reedy that was in the first half of play that looked like it could be kind of a rough go trying to get back into the swing of things to get ready for that for the second, I guess, the second half or a game further down the road. It could be a really, really tough one. Had a huge hit, looked like a pretty bad concussion situation. Short kickoff here by Dickinson. It's picked up on a hop by Red River by Max Manassa, who we heard a bit about in our pregame report tonight as well. And Manassa will return it out to the 30-yard line. Manassa, one of the sophomores that Grand Forks Red River believes could help this Rough Rider team as far as depth is concerned this season. And so here we go. Second half, Red River leading by a score of 8-0. Their defense dominated the action. So did Zach Kraft. I should say, rather, Thomas Kraft. Muscle memory on that one in the first half of play. And we'll see what happens here to start the second half of play. Pierce Parks out of the shotgun, waiting for a snap with 3 receivers. He's got twins to his right. He'll turn, give it away to Noah Brandvold to the backfield, and it gets started well. He'll spin across the 35 and out to around the 36. Brandvold, solid 6-yard pickup on the play. Gonna bring up second down at 4. Brandvold out to 29 yards. On the ground now. Stop made by Dickinson's Cameron Bowden, one of the linebackers / D-backs. Second down and 4. One of the things you look at with Red River's defense, they do play with 5 defensive backs. So you wondered how that would be effective against a Dickinson team that loads up and tries to play really physical with the run, and Riders haven't really struggled so far tonight. Here's a give to Reed Krogstad trying to get in the middle of the field. He'll bounce ahead of the 40. Looks like he's got a first down. They haven't indicated as of yet that he does. They haven't stopped the clock yet either, so they're going to let it run, but they'll say it's a first down. So Krogstad right at the 40, and Krogstad will pick up 4. And that'll bring up second down, or rather first and 10 for Grand Forks Red River just ahead of their own 40. 8-0 on our All-True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All-True. Regular screenings with All-True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org. Call 780-5000. Single receiver each way on first and 10. Parks out of the gun, gives it away in the backfield. Krogstad with it, running right side. Burrows to the 45. Gain of around 5 yards in the play for Reed Krogstad. Riders really starting to use this sequence to muscle their way out. Colton Brown comes up with a stop for Dickinson, but Reed Krogstad now with 14 yards. And this going on without Thomas Kraft in the ballgame at this point. Vern Muir early in seasons really likes to build depth in the running game if he can. That's something that he believes in, and so you'll see multiple bodies back there. 2nd and 5. Parks out of the gun, will motion Kraft. It's a high snap. Here's a shovel pass, kind of a push pass from the chest in basketball, and Kraft going to make it work with a cutback along the near sideline. He's got a pickup to around the 41 of Dickinson, and that's going to be enough for 14 yards and a first down. Thomas Kraft with 85 yards on the night. Actually, they'll mark him down just a bit back from where we thought he was going to be. They're going to give him the 43 on that. So it'll turn out to be a gain of 12 yards for Thomas Kraft. And that was a broken play, high snap, helmet high. And by the time Pierce Parks got it, he pushed past it like a basketball and found Thomas Kraft running with it anyway. 1st and 10, Krogstad motions out of the backfield. This is a shovel pass to one of the fullbacks in the game, Ray Dusick, I believe, for Grand Forks Red River. That is Dusick carrying the football. Little counterplay with Dusick coming from a split end spot on the right. Comes back across the formation and then cuts up on the right guard. A little bit of a counter, and Dusick's got 6 yards on the play. So Dusick will pick up positive yardage. And Grand Forks Red River will have a 2nd down and 4. Meticulous drive here, already inside of 9 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. This has been a 3-minute drive for the Riders. They lead at 8-0, and now they've moved their way to the Dickinson 37. Parks out of the shotgun again. He'll give away to Krogstad. Right side hole. Cuts back middle. Drives ahead across the 33 down to the 32. Looks to be enough for a first down. They'll blow it dead. That's going to be a pickup of 6 yards for Reed Krogstad, and it's a first down for the Rough Riders. Lone turnover tonight was by Red River. It stopped the drive. The 2nd drive of the game for the Rough Riders, and they had good momentum going down the field at that point, and you just kind of wonder, had they not put the ball on the ground, this might be a 2-score game, but right now Red River just trying to ground pound their way to a 2-score lead. They're at the 32 of Dickinson. 1st and 10, high snap. Krogstad gets it, hit the backfield and crunched to the 31, maybe a yard. Colby Fasthorse has been very active tonight for Dickinson as a defender, and Krogstad gets a yard, and that's it. Been really impressed with what Colby Fasthorse has been able to do from that linebacker spot tonight. He's been good. Glasser's been good for Dickinson. But again, keep in mind, the Midgets had Tristan Stallworth get hit with an injury earlier in the game. He's a first-team All-State returner as a linebacker, and with his presence out right now, Riders may be taking advantage of something. 2nd down and 9. Parks to throw, steps into a throw right side, pass caught, Dusick spins off a tackler, stood up as he got to the 25, rumbles out of a tackle, he's down to the 21, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Took some contact, kept on spinning, and Dusick's got 10 yards on the play. So a first down for Dusick as he catches his first ball tonight. And it's 1st and 10 for Red River as they're down to the 21-yard line, just outside the RBB Electric red zone for Red River. Caden Mackey back in the game as a wide receiver. Carter Flom is a receiver on the near side of the field. Parks waiting for a shotgun snap. Has it, high snap again, and the ball's on the ground, and Dickinson's got it. Another broken play for Grand Forks Red River, and it's going to be the 2nd turnover of the night. C.J. Easterday has recovered 2 fumbles tonight for Dickinson, and that one is a tough one for Grand Forks Red River to swallow. One thing that has been a little crack in the armor tonight, the snap relationship between Parks and his center, who's been Ryan Ward, listed anyway, hasn't been great. And in that series, it was a little bit less than great. That situation saw a number of high snaps that broke up the timing on plays, and those plays are designed for timing. When they're not executed with them, you're going to see things like that happen, and the Riders turn the football over for the 2nd time tonight. So back onto the field comes Dickinson, and we'll see Nathan Stevenson bringing his team out. But before we do, we're going to see a timeout taken by the Midgets. So Dickinson will call for a stoppage. It's a timeout for Apex Apparel, your hometown family-owned, quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks, and a timeout for Big Jim's Tire, the #1 supplier of egg tires in our area. 8-0 in favor of the Riders. This is our coverage of Red River football on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage. It's 1st and 10 for Dickinson following a turnover, and we'll see a throw by Stevenson deep down the field, looking for Glasser, and Glasser has the catch for a first down deep inside Grand Forks Red River territory at the 41-yard line. Dylan Glasser comes up with the big play for Dickinson to try to move them out from their own territory. They take over at the 26 after the turnover, and that's going to be a 33-yard completion for Dylan Glasser that changes the complexion of the game in a heartbeat. First down and 10 for Dickinson, now in Red River territory at the 41-yard line. Riders leading 8-0. They were driving to start the second half, had things moving in the right direction, fumbled the football in a high snap situation, and now another timeout going to be expended by Dickinson. So we'll see another timeout for the Midgets, and that's going to put them down to only one remaining in the football game. And one of the reasons you could see Dickinson having some struggles here is the idea that really in this situation, they're down a few key players in a couple of key positions, and it seems like what they're struggling with is getting the right lineup on the field. So a timeout taken by the Midgets. We'll take a look at our all-true scoreboard and see if we can find some scores coming in from other football games around us tonight. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All-True. Regular screenings with All-True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Visit alltrue.org. Call 780-5000. Just a couple of scores to pass along right now. Beulah is leading in their matchup 6-0. I love it when they do this, where they don't list who they are playing, but Beulah's ahead. We can tell you that much. Again, first week jitters for everybody, right? And also, Watford City leading Hazen 8-0 after a quarter play. And it is Bottineau that Beulah is playing. Bottineau leads 6-0, or rather Beulah leads 6-0 over Bottineau. We were able to figure that out. Stretch play. Stevenson giving away a little cutback over the middle for Braden Meshke. Meshke rumbles ahead of the Rider 35 for a gain of about 6. And the stop is made by Red River up front by Rough Rider offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, Ryan Ward. Meshke now back in positive territory running the football tonight. It was a bad first half of running the football for the Midgets. -5 yards in the running game for Dickinson in the first half of play. Second down and 4. Nathan Stevenson back under center and I formation behind him. Single wide receiver going each way. Snap is taken. Play action. Stevenson to throw again. Rolling left, throwing over the middle. Pass caught. First down up inside Red River territory to the 22-yard line. It's caught by wide receiver Isaac Schulte. And Schulte has his second catch of the night. 13-yard pickup for Isaac Schulte. Gives him 24 yards tonight. And another first down coming up for Dickinson. Again, the Midgets taking over after the Rider turnover and trying to turn that into points as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter. Red River leading 8-0 on the All-True scoreboard. Stevenson under center. First down, gives it away backfield. No chance for Meshke to get away. He'll go down back behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Jacob Foss in for another stop tonight. Take a look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and you'll see Foss again just reaching out after he took on his man up front. And Jacob Foss has been very good tonight at beating the block that's out in front of him and turning that into an opportunity to drop someone behind the line of scrimmage. He's had a nice night. That's a loss of 2 yards on the play for Mischke. Second down and 12 for the Midgets at the Rider 24. 4 receivers, 3 right. Stevenson out of the pistol. He'll take the snap high, drops back 3 steps, all kinds of trouble, throws off his back foot, and it's picked off. Taken away by Thomas Kraft, and Kraft is off to the races. He'll go to the house. It's a pick 6 touchdown for Thomas Kraft. It'll be a 76-yard interception return for Thomas Kraft, who gets it done on the defensive side of things. Take a look at the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. The throw off the back foot, never a good idea. Thomas Kraft had it and was the only man there. And he takes it to the house, 76 yards. And Grand Forks Red River takes a 14-0 lead. Games can swing quickly, and this one certainly does. And the Riders will now look for a 2-point conversion opportunity. They'll line up their line to the left, now bring it back into formation, and they will get ready for an extra point opportunity instead from Brody Andrade. Good snap, hold down, kick on its way. Andrade's got leg. That one's good. And it's 15-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River. Pick 6 for Thomas Kraft to the house from 76 yards. And the Riders lead 15-0 on the All-True scoreboard. Timeout for Apex Apparel, your hometown family-owned promotional goods shop in Grand Forks, and Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the area. It's 15-0 Riders over Dickinson on the All-True scoreboard. This is our coverage of Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and egg tire supplier, and with Harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
We welcome you back to our coverage. Riders leading 15-0 over the Dickinson Midgets after a pick 6 touchdown for Thomas Kraft of 76 yards. Braden Meschke picks up a bouncing kick, starts a return to the far side of the field, and is down at the Midget 26-yard line. Clock down to 4 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Let's go ahead and bring that thing to a stop. Red River leading by a score of 15-0. Thomas Kraft, the 76-yard interception return. You can see where this play was broken. Again, you have Nathan Stevenson trying to make something happen in the grips of defenders, but he threw off his back foot, and the only man that was there was Thomas Kraft, and he was on his way to the house from there, and that is what ends up bringing that play apart for Dickinson. So, 15-0. Midgets down 2 scores now, and we'll see Stevenson taking a shotgun snap on first down, gives this ball away in the backfield, and a run to the far side stretch play that will be executed by another new runner in the game. That'll be Jackson Zietz. Not another new runner, but Jackson Zietz getting his opportunity now in this sequence. And Jackson Zietz will pick up around 5 yards. It'll be second down at 5. Dickinson, really, you get a look at their offense, and they're not going to be built to score a lot of points in short order. That's going to be the problem here for the Midgets, is they're built to get on these longer drives. When you're down 2 scores late, it's going to become a problem. Stevenson out of the gun. They'll start a man in motion. That's Glosser. Stevenson dropping back. Good time. Throws over the middle. Pass incomplete. Good coverage across the middle of the field that time for Red River. And that came from Rough Rider Siko Bildy, who is a junior wide receiver / defensive back over the middle. And We see Sako Bilty coming up with a stop that time, knocking that ball away from Glasser, the intended receiver. And here comes the 3rd down at 5 for Dickinson, an important play of the game. Ball at the 31-yard line. And the Midgets trying to find some momentum after going down 2 scores on a defensive touchdown by Red River. They can ill afford to give up the football again. 3rd and 5, 4 receivers. Snap taken. Stevenson setting up screen pass, and it's dropped. Set it up for Braden Meshke, and Meshke had to reach out to get it at about the 30. Ends up dropping it, brings up 4th and 5, and the Riders will get the football back. And at this point in the game, you start looking at an opportunity to perhaps put it away. 15-0's a 2-score lead, but 23-0, well, you start stretching it out to 3 scores at that point, 22, 23-0. And really, you can't afford to be in that position if you're Dickinson. So this series coming up is going to be a very important one for the Midgets. Low snap on the punt, and it gets away, and it's going to be covered up back at the 20-yard line, and the Riders are going to take over in the RBB Electric red zone. Red River's going to get the football at the 20-yard line with a chance to punch one in. Colby Fasthorse reaching out to get the snap, comes up a little empty, and Grand Forks Red River now with the opportunity to put one into the house from 20 yards out and take a big 3-score lead in this one against the 5th-ranked team in North Dakota. From the 20, we'll see how Red River goes about executing. And keep in mind, when you've got the leg of Brody Andrade, you can go up 18-0 in this situation. That's still a 3-score game at that point. 1st and 10 in the RBB Electric red zone from the 20 for Grand Forks Red River. Pierce Parks will motion a man in the backfield. That's Klefstedt. Shovel pass to Dusick coming back to the ball. Dusick's got it. Stood up after a short gain to around the 18, maybe 17, and then driven back there. Looks like forward progress going to give him 4 yards in that play. And Dusick becoming a really nice all-purpose back here for Grand Forks Red River. And 2nd down and 4 coming up. Clock moving. 3.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Red River leading 15-0. And the Riders in good position after a punt snap that was dropped on the ground by Dickinson and covered up to avoid no future problems in that situation. 2nd down along 6, Parks taking the snap, going to call his own number on his own read. Running right side of the field, out towards the boundary, diving towards the yards to gain marker, and he may be out of bounds, back at around the 17 is what it would appear. Perhaps the 18. They're going to give Parks 3 on the play, and the clock will stop with 3:04 to go. So 3-yard pickup on the play for Pierce Parks. We haven't really seen the offensive explosion from Parks tonight that we perhaps thought we would, but you can obviously hold some of those plays for later when you've got this kind of control of the football game with your running game. 3rd down 3. Parks waiting for a snap out of the pistol. Couple of hands claps. He'll give it away to Krogstad. Krogstad just diving forward across the 10, and the Riders look to have it up for a 1st down. They'll move it out to around the 8-yard line. Be a pickup of 5 yards for Reed Krogstad, who's had a very nice second half running the football. 26 yards for Krogstad. And it's 1st and 10 for Red River. They are now in the RBB Electric red zone. RBB Electric giving you peace of mind with all your electrical projects. RBBelectric.com. 1st and 10 at the 9. 1st and goal, rather, at the 9 for Grand Forks Red River. Parks waiting shotgun, has it. Krogstad looking to cut back left down to around the 6. A gain of 3. He'll be chased down from behind on that play by Dickinson's Wyatt Turner. And a short gain for Krogstad will take him out to 29 yards tonight. And we're going to see a whistle, and there's another injury on the field for Dickinson. So we'll see another timeout here with the clock down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the matchup. See if we can pick up some additional scores tonight on the All True scoreboard. Here's what we've got from some games. Again, we're looking all around the state. There are a few games to keep track of tonight, so what we have on our All True scoreboard is what we've got. Early 2nd quarter, Central McLean leads Grant County Flasher by a score of 8-0 in that matchup. Bodno has recorded a safety in their game with Beulah now leads 9-6. Carrington leading Southern McLean by a score of 12-0 tonight at the 1A level. And those are the scores that we have for you this evening. There are some 3A games going on out there. The only other game that involved 2A teams was Devils Lake and Central Cass. And Central Cass, a 1A team, but they will be a 2A team next year. The way that the realignment is coming together has both Kindred and Central Cass at the 2A level next year. And it would have Valley City dropping to the 1A level next year. Isaac Lowry is the injured midget, and he will come up and off the field. And the Rough Riders will now get ready to run their next play from the Midgets 6-yard line, looking at 2nd down and goal. 2 scores tonight for Red River. 1, a 3-yard touchdown run by Pierce Parks. That was highlighted a play earlier than that by a very impressive Thomas Kraft stiff arm. And that was like a WWE type move that Thomas Kraft is just a simple stiff arm, and a man went flying. And Pierce Parks took that into the end zone from 3 yards out of play later. And then Thomas Kraft with a 76-yard pick 6 for touchdown tonight as well. And they'll get the clock started again. 2nd down and goal for Red River from the Dickinson 6. Parks looking, throws, end zone, touchdown. Caught on the slant pattern across the middle of the field by Cam Clefstead, and Grand Forks Red River will take their lead to 21-0. Cam Clefstead gets into the act with a 6-yard touchdown catch, and Clefstead will now make it a 21-0 game. Score comes with 2:07 left to go in the matchup's 3rd quarter. We'll take a look at it again coming up here in a couple of moments after another, let's call it a conversion try at this point. And it looks like Brody Andrade, who lined up as a wide receiver on that play, is now going to come back and kick the extra point. I'm wondering if Coach Glasso says he can't actually run a play. Andrade to kick it, plenty of leg, and it's good. Brody Andrade, a heck of a soccer player for Grand Forks Red River, and he's a dual sport athlete kicking the football for Red River. And if you're Coach Luke from the Red River soccer team, you may have him on retainer with head coach Vern Muir, where you say, okay, listen, you can do this fancy stuff on your conversions, but Brody better not be blocking anybody. He's either there to kick or just get out of the way. But nonetheless, he's got 2 impressive extra points tonight, and that makes it 22-0 with 2:07 left to go. Look at it again, the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and there's the slant to Clefstead. Nice looking play by Cam Clefstead to take it in. Gets a little celebration going on at the end of that as well. And that's the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. With the clock down to 2:07 officially left to go here in quarter number 3. So the Riders take advantage of the dropped punt snap. And just such a physical front line from Red River when you're a receiver in that situation like Cam Clefstead. It's going to be tough to cover him on that slant pattern. That's a play that's going to be there more often than not if it's read correctly by Pierce Parks, which that time he absolutely did, and seemed to have an idea of exactly where he was going to go with the football on that play. So 22-0 now on the all-true scoreboard, and the Rough Riders will kick the football away again. And with a 3-score lead, try to get a hold here, try to take off some clock. Here's a kick from Andrade that's going into the end zone for a touchback. And the crowd will come to life and celebrate that as well. Gotta love the high school kid kicking that out of the end zone so it can't be touched. That'll work just fine. And so now Dickinson will come back onto the field and look for the opportunity to try to dig themselves back into this matchup. It's been a tough night tonight for them offensively. They've had just very little offense to work with. Got our clock going a little bit too early here. 2:07 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll go ahead and correct that for you. Stevenson under center on 1st down with an I formation behind him. Play action, he wants to throw. Loads up, throws near side, fade round, it's incomplete. Trying to come back to the football on the play was number 84, their star receiver tonight, Isaac Schulte, couple of catches for 24 yards. But he's been kind of the guy tonight that has been able to find some positive opportunities to catch the football. Brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 20 after the touchback. Again, next week, Red River's back at home to take on Bismarck St. Mary's. That's on Friday afternoon at 4. And then it will be Central in the second half of that doubleheader. The Knights will go up against Jamestown. Central ended Jamestown's season a year ago in the playoffs. Very exciting game in the state semifinals. Dropping back, Stevenson, world of hurt. He's in trouble. Hit from behind, and he'll go down for a quarterback sack back inside the 10-yard line. Cam Clefstead will get it. Clefstead comes up with a hit on Stevenson, who's kind of been running for his life for most of the night tonight. Let's take a look at it. The American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This time it's Clefstead coming in off the outside defensive end position. Just kept going and swiped Stevenson from behind to come up with the play. And Red River has been so strong on the defensive front tonight. They've really been able to do some great damage up there and limit what Dickinson can do. And it's now 3rd down and 21 as the ball goes back to the 8-yard line. So 3rd and 21, that'll be a loss of 11 yards on the play for Stevenson. And now a flag comes out as well. We'll see if we have a delay of game against Dickinson. It looks like we will, and that will likely be a half the distance penalty. Mark it off from the 8. This will go back to the 4. Dickinson hasn't been penalized that often tonight. 3 penalties for 14 yards now. But that one comes at a very ill-opportune time, to say the absolute least. As the clock down to a minute 10 seconds to go now. 3rd and a mile for Dickinson. Stevenson dropping back. Quick throw. Throws near side. Nice open field tackle made as the pass is caught by Colby Fasthorse. And that time, a great open field tackle coming in from Aiden Wadlow, one of the starters tonight for Red River defensively. And with 50 seconds left to go, Dickinson's going to punt the football. So Dickinson will kick it away. It'll be 4th down and 20 for the Midgets at the 11-yard line. And Colby Fasthorse, who struggled to get his hands on the last punt snap, waiting for this one. And the deep man for Grand Forks Red River, Max Manassa, one of the sophomores they feel good about on this team, is back at around the 40. Waiting for this kick from Fasthorse. Wobbly kick, and Manassa goes down onto the ground to field it up at the 39. But Max Manassa will recover it. Red River will take over the 39-yard line. And we'll see the clock down to officially 14 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Max Manassa out on the field, and when we talked today with Vern Muir, he was thinking through his sophomores, those that he thought could make an impact on this Red River team, and Max Manassa is one of those that he highlighted and said, yeah, I think that he's a sophomore that could do some things for us as they try to seek out who some of their runners and some of their receivers are going to be. 14 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers, and we'll see Pierce Parks waiting out of the shotgun pistol. He's got Reed Krogstad in the backfield with him. Play action to him. Parks wants to go downtown. Going to throw deep. He's got a man. That's Flom waiting for it. Flom hauls it in at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal with 5 seconds left. Carter Flom waiting for the football coming open on the far corner route. And he'll pick up 35 yards on a catch. Carter Flom getting into the offensive action tonight for a catch, and it's 1st and goal for Grand Forks Red River with 5 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. And here's a chance for the Riders to throw a knockout punch. They're going to start the clock. They'll say he did not get out of bounds, and Red River will wait for the 4th quarter to try to put that one in. Some big plays in that 3rd quarter for Red River to put on some distance, and they have done that effectively. And Red River leading by a score of 22-0 as we make our way to quarter number 4, and we'll do that coming up after a timeout for Apex Apparel in Grand Forks, your hometown family-owned promotional goods shop, and by Big Jim's Tire, your leading source for agricultural tires in the region. This is our coverage of high school football on KNOX, the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
We will make our way to the fourth quarter, and Grand Forks Red River looking to throw a knockout blow after a 35-yard catch by Carter Flom. Puts the Riders in striking distance. Red River with a 22-0 lead to start the fourth quarter of play. And we'll get the clock straightened out for you as we get into the fourth quarter a little bit deeper here. First down and goal for Red River from the 4-yard line. Pierce Parks waiting, and he'll give it away up the middle to Krogstad, and Krogstad will not go anywhere. Maybe a yard on that play for Reed Krogstad. So that'll bring us to a second down and goal situation for Grand Forks Red River. And this will be from around the 4-yard line, so let's call that effectively no gain in that situation. Early fourth quarter, Grand Forks Red River leading by a score of 22-0. As you heard from Vern Muir tonight, hasn't been clean, but the Riders have done enough and had some big individual contributions throughout the course of the night. You'll see Kraft in the backfield, Thomas Kraft waiting with Pierce Parks on second down and goal from the 3. Parks waiting for the snap, has it, calling his own number, just rolling to the right, looking for the corner, reaches out. He is short by about a half a yard. Parks thought he had a touchdown. He does not. Comes up a little short on that one. And so here comes a third down and goal, just inches outside of the goal line. They'll place this with the back of the football right on the 1. And hey, more time running away. That's just fine. If you're Grand Forks Red River right now, you're more than happy to see that time run away. Parks in the backfield again, now with Kraft to his left. On third down and goal just inside the 1. This goes to Kraft, and he's not going to get in. Kraft hit and dropped in the backfield. Dickinson getting Kelton Berg, 220-pound defensive lineman there to get him. And that'll bring up fourth down. And the Riders going to leave their offense on the field rather than turn this over to a field goal try. And we'll see if they do or not. They're waiting and looking to the sideline. Vern Muir listening on the headset, and we'll see what they do here. It wouldn't be surprising to see them put the field goal unit out there, but they're not going to. Instead, they're going to run Wildcat. Kraft is going to take the snap. Pierce Parks is a wide receiver to the right. Kraft, his own number, waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown, Thomas Kraft. And Thomas Kraft will make it a 29-0 lead for Grand Forks Red River. 28-0 is your score. Here it is again. Thomas Kraft calling his own number out of the Wildcat and had a wide open hole to run through on the Wildcat and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. And Grand Forks Red River now on top 28-0. 9:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Riders in control of this one as they will run Brody Andrade onto the field to attempt the extra point. This will be a straight up extra point try. Good snap, hold down. Andrade's kick is good again. And that'll make it 29-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River over Dickinson. Early fourth quarter with 9:47 to go. We'll take a timeout here on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports, brought to you by Apex Apparel and Big Jim's Tire. This is our coverage of high school football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Well, while we were away, another touchback. Brody Andrade puts one inside the end zone for Grand Forks Red River, and the Rough Riders with a 29-0 lead and 9:47 left to go in the game have control of this one as Dickinson will take over at their own 20-yard line. Welcome you back to our coverage of high school football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Big thank you to everyone for joining us tonight, those of you that are viewing from around the area, along with our sponsors that have brought you another season of high school sports with us here on KNOX Live Sports. Looking forward to more throughout the course. Nathan Stevenson with 4 receivers on 1st down and 10 for Dickinson. Going to throw a deep ball down the field, pass incomplete. Little contact down the field as they try to stretch it out with Colby Fasthorse, but they'll say no harm, no foul, as the coverage was applied downfield by Grand Forks Red River's Gavin Rogers. So here comes 2nd down and 10. And a long way to go here in this one. Dickinson obviously going to try to hang their hat on something here down the stretch. But billed as the number 4 and number 5 matchup in the state, I think Red River expects themselves to be perhaps even better than their 4 ranking, but good teams in front of them. And then you've also got West Fargo Horace and Bismarck St. Mary's, who's new to the division once again. A throw across middle of the field caught. Isaac Schulte across the 25, and now, rather 35, and now to the 38-yard line. There'll be an 18-yard pickup for Schulte. And 1st down coming up for Dickinson. But really what we'll be looking forward to seeing, and we'll see it next week now with Red River looking to get the win in this one. And at the same time, Bismarck St. Mary's expected to be a rather good football team, or at least you would think they would be. That's kind of what we'll look forward to coming back. Dropping back, Stevenson in some trouble, avoids a quarterback sack, breaks out to the far side, gets across midfield, and rumbles his way all the way out to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 17 yards for Nathan Stevenson after he was in all kinds of trouble and is able to roll away from it. And that'll be a 1st down coming up for Dickinson. So the Midgets pick up another 1st down. Clock ticks down inside of 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Defensive touchdown for Red River. And touchdown run for Pierce Parks, Cam Clefstead on a touchdown catch. And then Zach Kraft as well on the Wildcat. Stevenson dropping back in some trouble and kind of palms a ball across the middle of the field. And it falls incomplete, intended for Braden Meschke. So 2nd down and 10 coming up for Dickinson. Been a nice night here tonight. Really, really warm day. Led to some struggles that we had up here early, but tried to get those worked out as the game went along. I think we're in fairly good shape to have a good run now through the fall. It's always good to have a couple of testers to get things going in the right direction. You find out kind of where things need to work a little bit better. 2nd down and 10. Stevenson dropping back, throwing screen pass. Pass is caught by Dietz, who's been one of the rather standout offensive players tonight for Dickinson. And Dietz has another catch. That'll be his 2nd catch of the night. He's got 20 yards through the air now, as that one's good for 9. And 2nd down turns into 3rd down and 1 for the Midgets. Coming up on 8 o'clock. Had a kickoff just after 6 o'clock tonight. And kind of like these early starts. I know that the rest of the state, rest of the area, not really coming along for the ride yet. East Grand Forks has been doing the 6 o'clock thing for a while, and we like these 6 o'clock starts. Gives a little bit of night at the end of the night left to go. And nice Friday night coming up here before we get back into school next week here in Grand Forks. 3rd down and 1 I formation. Stevenson turns, finds Mischke, big hole. Mischke second level makes a cut of the 25, the 20, the 10, the 5, into the end zone for a Dickinson touchdown. Huge play from Braden Mischke, who made a couple of very nice cuts and opened that up himself. You'll take a look on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and here's Mischke. You'll watch a second cut here right there. Made a man miss, and then another just breaking to the outside. And Mischke to the end zone for Dickinson from 35 yards out to cut the lead to 23. It's 29-6. And Dickinson will find a convert opportunity. 38 yards on the ground now for Mischke tonight. And we'll see a whistle, and it looks like Dickinson has called for a timeout. So the Midgets will call for a stoppage before their extra point opportunity. Some scores on the all-true scoreboard that we have for you tonight. Botno now leading Beulah in their matchup, 29-6. That's 29 unanswered points for Beulah at the 1A level. Central McLean leading Grant County Flasher 14-12. And those are really the only other scores that we're getting regular updates on tonight. There are a few other week 0 games out there, but not a lot of updates coming in. So we'll have to wait for more regular activity coming up next week when we get into a full week of action. Lead 23. Still some time to work with here for Dickinson. 7.5 minutes. You wonder if they would try the onside kick just to give it a shot, and you might as well put that team on the field as well in this situation and see if you can catch lightning a bottle. If not, it does give you the opportunity to at least put that unit on the field and get some work. They're going to go for 2 points here. So Stevenson under center. He'll give it away in the backfield, and a 2-point conversion run will be unsuccessful. Or was it? That they're going to say unsuccessful. The run is stopped as they try to get it to Zeitz, and Zeitz will be stopped short of the goal line. 29-6 with 7:33 to play. A timeout for our friends at Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks. And a timeout tonight as well for Big Jim's Tire. We'll come back with more in a moment. This is our coverage of high school football on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Timeout taken by, or actually, rather not a timeout. Timeout was taken by Dickinson before their conversion opportunity. Their conversion opportunity comes up short. And Red River leading by a score of 29-6 over Dickinson, with our clock to 7 minutes and 33 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. And we'll see if the Riders are anticipating an onside kick. As it turns out, the teams lined up the wrong way. You don't see that very often. Those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, you're watching wondering what the heck's going on right now. So Dickinson and Red River lined up for the kickoff looking at the wrong directions. Dickinson just scored in the north end zone, and they lined up to kick as if they were going to defend the north end zone. Well, we don't see any sign that Dickinson's going to onside, or at least Red River doesn't show any sign they're expecting an onside kick. I guess I might expect it at this point. Shaden Luna is going to kick the football away. We'll see what happens here. And it is an onside kick, and this will be covered up right at the 50-yard line for Red River, right at midfield, covered up by Jack Helgeson. So Red River didn't really have a big presence up there, but they didn't really need one. Helgeson was ready to cover it up and grab it. And so the Riders will take over. at the 49 and try to put the finishing touches on a Week 0 victory over Dickinson. Again, we'll get together tomorrow morning. Perkins Family Restaurant for KNOX Coaches Saturday. All area coaches are welcome to come in, give us updates on their teams at KNOX Coaches Saturday and KNOX and Perkins Family Restaurant. Pick up the breakfast for everybody coming in. Riders going to change quarterbacks here. Matt Dosh will come into the matchup and take over the quarterback position for the Rough Riders. High snap to Dosh. He gives it away in the backfield, and not much doing on the way up the field for Brandvold. Loss of a yard back to the midfield stripe. The official spot to start the drive was the 49. So Matt Dosh takes over at the quarterback. Very impressive baseball season once again for Red River. He got a no decision in the game against Williston in the opening round of the state tournament, but a strong pitching effort that night. The win ultimately went to Xander Wayne, but Dosh ran out of pitches in that game and had to come out, but pitched Red River, or I should say rather post 6 to a win in that state tournament, and was a mainstay at shortstop as well. Dosh, a bluff throw. Now he's going to run the football, gets hit, tries to step out of it. He got hit by Easterday, and Easterday will wrap him up right at the original line of scrimmage, maybe a bit short of it, maybe a yard for Dosh. And 3rd and 10 coming up, clock moving. Post-game report. Go through some of the highlights in this one. We got plenty of big plays to highlight for Grand Forks Red River tonight. We'll have our celebration of the game, brought to you by Balloons by Misty. And we'll also have our player awards and points for hunger, brought to you by Northland Community and Technical College. Northland Community and Technical College donates dollars throughout the course of the season based on how our area teams score points throughout the year to battle hunger. And a ball dropped and incomplete on 3rd down on a throw over the middle from Dosh. That's going to bring up 4th down for Red River. And the clock will halt with 6:03 to play on the incomplete pass. So here comes 4th down. The Riders left to kick it. And the Riders so far tonight in pretty good shape to run that number up. 4 touchdowns this evening. And so $3 donated back on Tuesday night. You're looking at more donated here by Northland Community and Technical College. Kick is away from Red River, punting. And looks like this one's going to be a pretty good effort inside the 10-yard line, touched up at around the 9. The kicker for Red River, Jesse Baker, plants that one back inside the 10. Looks like the nose will be on the 10 after the roll. And so Dickinson will come out onto the field, looking at 1st down and 10 from just inside the 10-yard line. But definitely stay with us for our post-game report as we run through the particulars. In this one tonight, we'll have our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game Award and our Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the Game Award tonight as well. The Red River student section going Hawaiian tonight. Fitting for the weather that we had tonight. So they dressed up in their best Hawaiian shirts and lays and backward golf caps and all that kind of thing. Always good to have a theme. And it's tough to organize those things sometimes when you don't have school going, right? Stevenson dropping back on 1st down for Dickinson. Rolling out to the right side, throwing back foot, passing complete on the far side of the football field. Tried to extend the play, did, but ends up throwing it away, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Midgets. Next week in that doubleheader, definitely looking forward to seeing what Jamestown will bring to the table when they take on Grand Forks Central. That was a semifinal game last year in Jamestown, and in that game, Grand Forks Central coming up with a couple of big plays late to win a rather defensive slugfest and upset their way to a state championship tilt with Fargo North. Jamestown knew they'd have a good returning team coming into last year's season, but depth a little bit in question for this year. And now we'll see another stoppage of play as it looks like a timeout is going to be taken by the Midgets. So the Midgets will call for timeout. And we will take a timeout for you as well, so do stay with us. We'll come back with more in a couple of moments. Red River leading 29-6. Timeout for Apex Apparel in Grand Forks and timeout for Big Jim's Tire in Grand Forks. This is Rough Rider Football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus in classrooms that mirror today's workplace with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Well, as we come back, ball thrown up for grabs on the far side of the field by Nathan Stevenson and incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down, I believe, for Dickinson. Let's find out what we have here. I thought that was 3rd down. This will be 3rd down. So 3rd down and 10 coming up for Dickinson following the timeout. 5:40 left to go in the 4th quarter. Red River on top by a score of 29-6. Trying to put the finishing touches on a Friday night, week 0. No school as of yet for Grand Forks, but lots of action. Red River was involved in soccer twice this week here. Cushman Fields. Girls golf team has been out after it. So here comes 4th down. Nathan Stevenson looking for a shotgun snap. He's got it. Drops back. Steps up. Throws over the middle. Pass is caught for a 1st down. This is Mischke. Mischke across the 20. Out to around the 21. That should be just enough for a 1st down for Dickinson. And it will be good for a 1st down. Be a 12-yard pickup for Braden Mischke, who has had the night offensively here tonight. Braden Mischke with his first catch. That'll be for 12 yards. Has 38 yards on the ground, including the touchdown run for Dickinson. And it's 1st and 10 for the Midgets, now at the 22. Pair of receivers will head off to the right side of the field, and we'll see Nathan Stevenson once again out of the shotgun. Colby Fasthorse lines up as a wide receiver to the near edge. He's been an impact player for Dickinson tonight. Stevenson steps up in the pocket, throws a wobbler downfield. This is knocked away and complete. Really nice defensive play downfield. You know, one of the unheralded heroes that we're going to see in this is Sekou Bilty. Sekou Bilty, who's had a couple of nice coverage plays earlier and a couple of stops as well. Nice job downfield. Has real hands for the football and, you know, plays defense with his eyes as well. And that's the one thing that you see sometimes out of defensive backs is, do they look back and look to address the football? Or do they just simply play it with their bodies? And he's got really good timing. He seems to know when to turn around and address the ball. We had a penalty on that play as well. I'm not sure what they called here. Did they call pass interference on that? Apparently it was a roughing the passer call. And now we have another stoppage as Dylan Glasser is down on the far side of the field. And this one beginning to drag out just a little bit here tonight. Red River firmly in control, but a roughing the passer penalty on that one. That's going to extend the drive for Dickinson. And the cheerleaders from Grand Forks Red River doing their best to get us out and fired up. Well, we'll see volleyball not in action until the 1st week of September. So we have one more week to go before we start to see the volleyball teams out there. The calendar a little different this year than in past years when it comes down to when we start with sports and that type of thing. Tennis teams and that type of thing continuing as well throughout the course of the fall, but we haven't seen the volleyball team as of yet and won't. It'll be a while before they get on the floor, but saw Carolyn Olson in the hallway today at Red River High School getting ready to bring that team back out on the floor once again. And we'll see what they've got. There are a couple of rather young prospects that have got some size in that Red River volleyball program that might be fun to watch as they go forward. So after the mark-off, it's 1st and 10 for Dickinson at the 37-yard line. Stevenson takes a shotgun snap. 4-man rush from Red River. Stevenson, a great ball downfield, but incomplete. Boy, that one just zinged out of his hands. Great throw to Braden Mischke, who did get a step on his coverage man, but boy, that throw from Stevenson, he just loosed one. We haven't seen that kind of arm strength from him throughout the course of the night. Of course, he hasn't had a lot of time to step back and throw the ball either. That's been one of the points of this game tonight that perhaps escapes a lot of us is Red River's ability that they've had throughout the course of the night to put pressure on the quarterback. It has really been something special that they've had tonight. Quarterbacks have not had an opportunity to move around a whole lot against Red River tonight. They just haven't had that chance at all. And sometimes that's a good thing. You can really bank. If you can bank on that, you can. And now we see another penalty marker come out. This will be a delay of game against Dickinson. So again, this one kind of, it's not crescendoing the way that you'd like to see it, right? This one's kind of a struggle here to get this one taken care of. The second half really turning around on the Thomas Kraft pick 6 for touchdown. That was a big highlight tonight. And the sack from Clefstead in the second half. Really nice set of circumstances there to keep things moving. We'll have a chance to take a look at those coming up in the post-game report. Stevenson hit as he throws the football. Pass knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage again on the far side. That'll be Matt Dosh that ran over to knock that ball away. And so it'll be 2nd down and 15, actually turning into 3rd down and 15. So 3rd and 15 coming up here for Dickinson with time beginning to run away on this matchup tonight. Looking forward to more of these. Looks like Grand Forks Red River definitely going to have a team that can do a lot of things. Now, it'll be up to them to try to keep this momentum going, and it's obviously worth mentioning that this is a Dickinson team that was expected to be a little green this year, so can't get too hyped up into this one. Stevenson stepping away from pressure, rolling and looking, in some trouble, clobbered as he throws the football, but it will be caught on the far side of the field and taken towards the far sideline where Matt Dosh will eventually run down Dickinson's Paxton Lyson. And this is going to move inside of Red River territory down to the 16-yard line, and Dickinson will be in the RBB Electric red zone. Boy, oh boy, all kinds of pressure, but the coverage just completely forgot about a pair of Dickinson receivers that were running all by themselves on the far side of the field. Now, we're seeing some number 2s in the game as well, which is worth mentioning for the Rough Riders at this point, but Stevenson makes a big play happen by extending it. Stevenson steps up, throws, and a penalty marker comes out as a pass is caught across the middle of the field by Lyson inside the 10. Looks to be 1st down yardage down to around the 6, but a penalty marker is thrown. And we'll see what happened up around the line of scrimmage. Perhaps there was a holding penalty against Dickinson. Officials will get together and talk about this one. And we'll see what happens here. Long conversation going on. Ball's officially at the 5. And no indication as of yet as to what this penalty is going to be. Got an ineligible man downfield. They're talking to Dickinson, so we're going to have a holding penalty against Red River. It'll be a defensive holding penalty that'll be declined. And so that means 1st down and goal coming up for the Midgets. Well, here's the thing, folks. 29-6, 3-score game right now. And if Dickinson scores again here, they would score right around the 4-minute mark if they do it right away. They recover an onside kick. There's still a little game left to play here. So this isn't completely taken care of as of yet. Dickinson's out of timeouts. They're going to bring their team back onto the field from the 5, and it's 1st down and goal. So we'll see. I formation. And the running back in this case is going to be Jackson Dietz. And all kinds of movement up front. And 1st and goal from the 5 is likely to turn into 1st and goal to 2.5. Nope. Correction. This will be a false start against Dickinson. So this will go back to 1st down and goal from the 10. Going through some highlights the other night, in one of my reels on social media, I saw a third and goal play from the team's own 7. They apparently lost 87 yards on a fumble and had a third and goal from their own 7-yard line. Carry near side, and Jackson Dietz trying to stretch this into the end zone, and he's caught, but a touchdown. And Dickinson is back on the board. So Jackson Dietz will get in with 4 minutes and a second left to go, and Dickinson is within 17 at 29-12. So Jackson Dietz tacks on as the clock gets down to 4 minutes and a second left to go, and now we'll see what Dickinson elects to do here for a conversion opportunity. You go for 2 and miss it, and you're down 3 scores on this, and that's worth mentioning. You're down 17 right now, and if you go for 2 and come up short, it's still a 3-score game. I'm kind of surprised, unless they just don't kick it at all, which is possible. Stevenson for the 2-point conversion snap takes it, and he's going to be hit and hit again and driven back, and the 2-point conversion try will be no good. So no good on the 2-point conversion try, and we'll have another timeout as the clock is down to 4 minutes and a second left to go, just waiting to put the finishing touches on one tonight. Red River by 17, still leading by 3 scores. It's 29-12. Rough Riders on top of Dickinson. Timeout for Apex Apparel in Grand Forks, Big Jim's Tire in Grand Forks. This is our coverage of high school football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Well, here we go. 29-12, Dickinson within 17 after scoring with 4 minutes and a second left to go as the Riders put in some of their backup unit. And now Grand Forks Red River is prepared for an onside kick as they will have 10 men within 5 yards between the midfield stripe and the 45, expecting another onside kick from Shaden Luna, who did onside kick the last one but had it recovered by Red River cleanly. So Luna will step into this one. Shanks another onside kick to the near side, and this is immediately covered up by Carter Flom. And we'll see Grand Forks Red River with the football at their own 47 with 4 minutes and a second to go. Officially now 3:59. They did start the clock on that kickoff. 29-12 in favor of Red River, and Red River can not be stopped by Dickinson timeouts. Dickinson's out of timeout, so the Riders will come on the field with Matt Dosh and some of the twos and try to just control some clock and run this one out if they can. Jesse Baker is the fullback, finds the 48.5, gain of a half a yard perhaps in that situation. Clock down to 3 minutes to go, and Red River will take on Bismarck St. Mary's next week. Dickinson will drop to 0-1, and the Midgets will get West Fargo Horace coming up next week. So each of these teams will play one of those teams that got a first place vote in the polls but didn't crack the top 5. 3rd down and 9. Dosh waiting out of the shotgun. Has the snap. He has the option to throw if he so chooses, and sends the ball downfield and has a pass fall incomplete. And we're going to see a little bit of extracurriculars on the end of this. Looks like they'll talk it over, but nothing more will come out of that. Pass was intended for Gavin Rogers. Now there is a flag down, apparently, and there's going to be a penalty against Dickinson. And it'll be a pass interference penalty. They're actually going to call pass interference against Dickinson. So this will push the ball up into Dickinson territory and bring up first down for the Rough Riders at the 37 of Dickinson. Not a lot of individual statistics to talk about tonight, just from the standpoint that the Riders changed over a lot of personnel at halftime. Zach Kraft had the big pick six, but Red River, ball just shy of Dickinson's 34. Clock running, minute 45 to go. Matt Dosh waiting for the snap. He's got it. Rolling, throwing left side. Pass is caught. Nice little scamper here. First down and more for the Rough Riders inside the red zone and down to the 17-yard line for number 42, Cam Irian. Nice little play that time by Dosh, stretching the field. Cam Irian will run it down to the 13. Not sure if he stayed in bounds on the end of that play or not, but a nice little swing and throw for Matt Dosh and the Rough Riders, trying to keep things moving in the right direction. You know, right now, this group out there would love to find their way to a touchdown if they could. It looks like Irian was out of bounds. And so it will be first down and 10 from the 13 for Grand Forks Red River. And now the Riders are going to go into the victory formation. And Matt Dosh will take a knee to start running this one out. When you're in football, there's nothing better than getting in the V. The victory formation to run one out. They're going to send Pierce Parks and Thomas Kraft back out onto the field. And by the way, I'm hopeful that by about week 4, for those of you that lived through the Zach Kraft references tonight, we'll get that worked out of the lexicon, if you know what I mean. It's just such a great basketball team that they had a couple of years ago. Yeah, I used to saying Zach Kraft a lot. Riders back out in the victory formation again. Pierce Parks going to come out, take the next snap. And he's going to end up having to take, it would appear, one more after this as well. Takes the snap with 10 seconds between him and 40. And so he'll have to take one more to run it out. But the Riders will go to 1-0. And Red River will move on to a game next week against Bismarck St. Mary's. Dickinson will go home and take on West Fargo Horace, and it's going to be an interesting week, too, in this one. As the student section starts to clear out, they'll go down to greet their team. Pierce Parks to take one more snap. He's got it, and this one's in the books. Grand Forks Red River will pick up the win. Big night tonight running for Zach Kraft, along with the 76-yard pick six touchdown for Zach tonight. Great play up front for Grand Forks Red River's defensive line. They hampered Nathan Stevenson all night long. And Pierce Parks managed the game well enough to pick up the victory here this evening for Grand Forks Red River, and they are now 1-0 on the season. So the Riders will take the victory by a final score of 29-12. Our post-game report with our highlights and a wrap-up in this one coming up in a couple of moments. Do stay with us. This is our coverage of high school football on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. We're back with our post-game report coming up next.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life. Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Welcome to our post-game report this evening for Red River Rough Rider football on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. Our post-game report once again this season is brought to you by Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College. Spring Advantage, everything you need for the spraying and application on your farm. The difference between Spring Advantage and their competitors is that Spring Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, and seed tenders. 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spray Advantage, make them a part of our agricultural game plan now and for years to come. And our post-game report brought to you tonight as well by Lake Region State College in Devils Lake. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Precision agriculture, law enforcement, nursing, just a couple of the careers that you can supercharge your way into at Lake Region State College. Get done in 2 and start earning, or take your credits with you and grab a 4-year degree at any North Dakota institution out there. Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College bringing you the post-game report. Well, 29-12, Grand Forks Red River with the victory tonight. Zach Kraft, a couple of touchdowns this evening, runs in one out of the Wildcat tonight, and then runs in another on a 76-yard interception return for touchdown, which was just an awesome play for Zach Kraft tonight. But beyond all of that, Grand Forks Red River really getting some nice things done this evening with the defensive side of things, which you're going to see in our replays that we'll have for you coming up here in just a couple of moments. But what you'll see tonight with Grand Forks Red River getting that done is just the opportunity to dominate a game, which is exactly what they did throughout the course of the night tonight defensively. They did not give Dickinson an opportunity to throw the football or to really run the football with any sort of consistency whatsoever. And that was a problem. They got held to negative yardage running the football in the opening half. Again, by our unofficial numbers tonight, negative 5 yards rushing for Dickinson in the opening half. They had 12 total yards of offense in the first half play. A couple of touchdowns that came in the second half, but those touchdowns in the second half were basically in a mode where Grand Forks was kind of just cleaning things up at that point and had the game very well in control. Big night tonight for Thomas Kraft, 83 yards on the ground. He had a pair of touchdowns tonight. One of those was defensive. One of those was offensive out of the Wildcat formation. You'll see that one coming up here in a couple of moments. You'll see both of them because the pick 6 was a great play as well. Pierce Parks, the running touchdown, and then threw a touchdown pass tonight to Cam Clefstead as well. We'll go through the scoring summary with our Bergstrom Electric Who Lit the Lamp feature coming up, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. All right, let's take you through some of the highlights for those of you on KNOX Live Sports tonight. And our highlights are brought to you tonight by Proceed. If you need seed, think Proceed. Proceed.net.
On third
Get
down
started
and 2,
early.
the
This
snap,
was the
the tone of
give.
the
And a
game.
big
The
wall
offensive
to run
line just
behind
making
for
holes for
Thomas
Zach
Kraft, who
to
has a
run through.
first
He had
down. All kinds of time to do that tonight. And then he would create his own. There's a huge stiff arm from Zach Kraft, or actually Thomas Kraft again on the outside. Thomas Kraft, a couple of big plays early at Pierce Parks, took that stiff arm from Thomas Kraft and turned it in to a touchdown a couple of plays later as we see the first touchdown of the year for Grand Forks Red River. Then it was the defense getting it done. Jacob Foss just shedding a man, coming up field and making a big stop, and that was part of the night all night for the Dickinson Midgets. And then Stevenson throwing a ball off his back foot, and there goes Thomas Kraft all the way to the house. A pick-6 touchdown from 76 yards. And on the very next drive, Cam Clefstead is the man that gets it done on the defensive line, finding Stevenson and running him down. And finally, Thomas Kraft gets rewarded. Did I say Zach Kraft again? I did. Thomas Kraft gets rewarded, but taking a ball into the end zone out of the Wildcat in a goal formation. And those were the highlights tonight, brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net, just to make sure that we get it right. The play of the game, which is brought to you by Proceed, is going to be that pick-6 touchdown that Thomas Kraft had tonight. And that's not it. It's going to be this one right here for Thomas Kraft. I'll throw off the back foot, and there he goes, and he is just absolutely gone. That was our play of the night, brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. So again, 29-12, Grand Forks Red River gets the win tonight. Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Thomas Kraft lights it twice with that scamper for touchdown of the Wildcat at 4:57 left to go in the third quarter. He also had the 76-yard interception return for touchdown. Pierce Parks lights the lamp twice tonight with a touchdown run from 3 yards and a touchdown toss where he hits Cam Clefstead on a slant route, getting into the end zone. Cam Clefstead lights the lamp once tonight with a touchdown catch. And that's who lit the lamp tonight. And it's brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. 2 touchdowns, 1 throwing and 1 running for Pierce Parks. 2 touchdowns, 1 offensive and 1 defensive for Thomas Kraft tonight. And then Cam Clefstead with a touchdown catch. And that's who lit the lamp. And it's brought to you tonight by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. As far as our celebration of the game is brought to you tonight by Balloons by Misty. It's not a celebration until the balloons arrive, rather. And the balloons, well, let Misty take care of that. Balloons by Misty just had a big run that she took care of one of the national events that's out there. And so she's nationally known. This is not just a local operation, certainly a local operation, but Balloons by Misty, they know exactly what they're doing with Balloons by Misty. So make sure you give her an opportunity to help you in the future. And our celebration of the game tonight is going to be Pierce Parks leading his team into the end zone for the first time this season. Gets behind the wall, gets in, and he takes some time on the end of that, does Pierce Parks, to celebrate it up with his team. And that's the celebration of the game tonight, brought to you by Balloons by Misty. It's not a celebration until the balloons arrive with Balloons by Misty. One final break in our post-game report. When we come back, we'll go through our scoring as far as our points against hunger put together by Northland Community Technical College and our player awards tonight. Our finest cover of the game, big defensive play tonight, and of course, our player of the game award, finest cover brought to you tonight by Finest Auto Trim, and our player of the game award brought to you by PS Garage Doors as Red River wins their home opener by a 29-12 margin over Dickinson tonight. Our post-game report wraps up in just a couple of moments here on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports on News Radio 1310 KNOX.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car Wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
We welcome you once again to our postgame report this evening. Postgame report brought to you by Spray Advantage. Everything you need for spraying an application on your farm in Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Again, your final score tonight is a score of 29-12 in favor of Grand Forks Red River over Dickinson this evening, and that will push Red River to 1-0 as they get ready to come home next week and take on Bismarck St. Mary's. We have our final player awards and our final awards tonight. Let's start with Points Against Hunger. Great promotion that we have with Northland Community Technical College, who has become a sponsor here for our local sports scene. And Northland Community Technical College donates points to the Pioneer Food Pantry in the form of dollars. They'll donate dollars to the Pioneer Food Pantry in East Grand Forks, as our Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, Grand Forks Central Knights, East Grand Forks Green Wave, and Sacred Heart Eagles, along with the Thompson Tommies, when they're on our coverage, when they score, they win in a number of different ways, including money that's donated to fight hunger at the Pioneer Food Pantry from Northland Community and Technical College. Tonight, Grand Forks Red River wins by 17. The award is capped at 10 per game, and so $10 will be awarded tonight on behalf of Northland Community Technical College to Points Against Hunger. That'll be $10 that will go to the Pioneer Food Pantry on behalf of Northland Community Technical College in fighting hunger in our area with our local teams in our Points Against Hunger promotion, brought to you again by Northland Community Technical College. Let's take a look at our player awards. Let's start with our finest cover of the game, and our finest cover award is brought to you tonight here on KNOX Live Sports by our friends at Finest Auto Trim, where their message is the same as it's been for a very long time. Big or small, they cover it all. And you know what? I've got things, when you pick up something new along the way, we decided to become a boat family. Nothing new, nothing fancy, right? We're going to ease into this thing. But Finest Auto Trim has covers that they can make for things that you store outside, and ours will be stored outside, that will protect them from the elements. They're better than those store-bought covers that you're going to find. You want to protect your investment? Do it with Finest Auto Trim, because that's how you get it done. And Finest Auto Trim, along with that, can recover vehicle marine seats. That's the bread and butter of what they do. They can even fix up your hot rod for you. Finest Auto Trim, stop and see them. 2201 Demers in Grand Forks. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all. Well, that award tonight going to go to Jacob Foss, who got the tone set early, right after the touchdown by Grand Forks Red River. You got to come back with something defensive, right? Here's Jacob Foss. He made 2 of these plays in the first half tonight. No one touches him. He's unabated into the backfield. Jacob Foss finishes when he gets to that point as well. A little celebration there at the end of the night as well. Jacob Foss of Red River will pick up the Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the Game Award, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. And our final award this evening is our Player of the Game Award. And our Player of the Game Award brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where, again, the PS stands for perfect service. When it's time for you to find service on your garage door after a workout throughout the course of this summer, maybe the temperature took a toll on it, you definitely want that garage door meeting the ground so you don't get snow in your garage in the winter. That's why you call PS Garage Doors. They service any make and model of garage door. And if it's time for something new, the PS stands for painless shopping. They've got great shopping for you in the industrial park. You can find them at 4733 Demers, just on the other side of the I-29 overpass in Grand Forks. And Thomas Kraft, how can he not be the player of the game that we have for you tonight? Here's a little bit of his night. Here's the stiff arm correction. This will be Pierce Parks on the touchdown. He set it up, though, did Thomas Kraft. Here's the stiff arm for Thomas Kraft that really got his night started. Look at that play. And then Thomas Kraft, a little bit later on in the game, goes 76 yards on the pick 6 for touchdown. Thomas Kraft with a great night tonight, scored a touchdown on the Wildcat as well. Thomas Kraft will be our Player of the Game Award winner tonight. Compliments of PS Garage Doors, our Player of the Game Award, brought to you by PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. And that's going to do it for our coverage of Red River football tonight. We're back at it tomorrow. We will have KNOX Coaches Saturday from Perkins Family Restaurant on South Columbia Road in Grand Forks. Join us for it tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll talk with a couple of our area football coaches tomorrow. And we're back here on Tuesday. It's Central's turn. The Knights in soccer against Fargo Shanley here at Cushman Field on Tuesday night. And then on Thursday, East Side will be in town as they'll take on Crookston in the annual battle for this part of Polk County between the Crookston Pirates and the East Grand Forks Green Wave. We'll have that for you coming up on Thursday night for football. Thanks to everybody who took in our coverage tonight on KNOX Live Sports and on KNOX Radio. And a big thank you to our sponsors once again, including our premier partners, Grand Trailer Sales, Trailer Service, Trailer Sales, Trailer Parts, and East Grand Forks, and Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer. Check out all their specialized seeds at Rivards.com. The Riders are 1-0 with a 29-12 victory tonight over Dickinson. For KNOX Live Sports, I'm Ryan Cunningham saying so long until tomorrow morning.